Yep, I have the Old Republic soundtrack playing as we start up our session. So we are gonna.
Yes, I can't hear anything.
Oh yeah, I haven't figured out how to port the music to you guys yet. It's just playing over the stream. So we are gonna start out. You guys are back on the Proto Shadow after having gone out to the Imperial fleet, boarded one of their corvettes, badly messed it up, making.
Hold up. We just killed everyone.
Yeah, and left it drifting in space and made it look like an accident, which all was pretty awesome.
Okay. I thought this was going a different way. Okay, I'm good. I'm there. 100%. This is that matches my cybernetic reinterpretation of everything that happened.
So now you guys are in hyperspace, heading back from your shenanigans. I'm looking for Randall's token. Does anyone see it?
Did we leave him behind by accident? It's over here.
Okay, here we go. I need it. It's going to be part of the objective here. Okay.
Let me just text Matt real quick that I'd like to fail.
Like to fail a roll?
You said that out loud.
Oh, my bad. You said this is an objective. This is a joke.
What's about to happen?
It's a joke.
Okay.
It's probably a joke.
Probably not. I will go ahead and say that Kizik has already predicted exactly what the response is going to be for this. So the Proto Shadow shudders as you guys hit a gravity well mine. This is a very rare mine. And it is not known to be used by pretty much anyone except for small warlord sections of the Empire.
Somebody wants to unload.
So as the ship drops out of hyperspace, there's the sound of docking clamps engaging, and Ralthu, the Kraken and Vamp call out over the radio, "We're being boarded," and then you don't hear anything else. Where's everybody out on the Proto Shadow?
Just trying to find my character.
I'm in my lab. I don't think I had anything else other that I was going to do, so I would go to my lab, continue working.
I'd be on the bridge.
I had a question. It's not possible for me to have a remote, like a work from remote from my other lab, right?
No.
Ah, bummer. That'd be great. I guess I'll just have to bring some of that equipment and disease stuff in here.
Okay.
Nope.
Don't worry, I won't tell you about it, so you won't have to say no.
Nope.
Alright, so everybody's going to get an action. Who wants to go first?
Is anybody injured?
You don't have that information. You heard a call out from Vamp and the Kraken, and then nothing else.
Oh, gotcha. I may have.
Alright, I'm gonna take the elevator here to the docking port. I heard docking clamps, right?
Yep. Well, you also heard them say we were being boarded, so
Yep.
you're going to hop out this elevator. We'll call that your maneuver. And there's going to be an individual. Go ahead and roll me a coordination check. Make it a 1 red, 2 purple. All right. You managed to dodge the stun beam and do like a superhero roll out of the elevator as a spray of stun bolts come from basically a Gatling gun style stun launcher from this appears to be Mandalorian walking through the docking port.
What the fuck? What are you doing on my ship?
I'm just here for the Moncal.
Moncal?
And he keeps firing.
Like those ones are.
Does he? Is he looking like a bounty hunter?
Yes, he's very much looking like a bounty hunter.
I'm gonna try to, I guess, defuse the situation without shooting this guy. first.
You can.
Look, like we're not going anywhere. Let's stop firing at each other for a second. We can fucking talk about this like civilized people.
Shoot, that needs to be-
Okay.
What Moncal? What name do you have?
I'm here for the Moncal. Oh, man, I gotta remember his actual name. Hold on. Oh, here we go. It's probably in here. Andy Potts is what he called himself. God, I wish he would actually look up real names for like gals. Anyway, Andy Potts is the name that he gave his original character. So that's the name he gives you. Of course, that name is not going to mean anything to Dex.
Yeah, I don't know a Moncal named Andy Potts, man. I got a Moncal on the ship. It's not worth dying over.
You can have him.
I want to get this figured out. You can't just board my ship, man. Is he still shooting at me?
He is occasionally shooting. Although when you said you can have him, he would have stopped shooting for a second. The Kraken and Vamp have both been hit by these stun bolts and are like slumped over the ping pong table.
Okay.
He is shooting stun bolts, so he's not trying to kill you guys.
True, but hold on. Did that mine? Let's go back real quick. Did that mine damage my ship?
It doesn't damage the ship. It would have knocked your hyperdrive offline temporarily. It had been like hitting an interdictor cruiser. It's a temporary thing.
Just designed to pull you out of hyperdrive.
Yep.
Hyperspace.
Exactly. Very expensive too. Those things are worth like 1,000,000 credits a pop, and they're one-time use.
He would also have to know where we were going and
yes,
our path.
he would have to know the general path you were going to take. That is also true.
Or be able to track us.
Yes.
All right, I have a lot of questions for this guy. Can I get on my intercom? And Payne, I'd like you to come up to the rec room, please. We've got a situation. And bring that fucking Moncal if you find him.
What kind you want me to get Dr. Randall?
Whatever his fucking name is, apparently it's Pepper Potts or something.
Wait, the Moncal's actually a girl? I thought he was. God.
Just get up here quick.
Organics are so fucking messy.
Vamp and Ralu are down too.
I'll find him and bring him up there. What's going on? It's a.
We have a guest on board. He's looking for a Moncal.
Oh, okay. They all look alike. I'm sure he'll take whichever one we have.
Give me a perception check there, Dex. Since we've taken a moment to make all these arrangements and you're calling reinforcements up.
What difficulty for perception?
Just 2 purples.
It'd be so great if Payne was walking the outside of the ship to kick the guys.
You know, it's funny you say that because I was literally about to ask if I could exit this boat launch here, just walk around the top of the ship, and come in the same door they're coming in.
You could walk along the external hull. You can do almost all of that. You can't come in the door because there's a ship dock to it. But you could do the rest of that. Also, Kizik needs a turn. You see him take a something the size of a brick, and he puts it on the wall next to him. And it clamps onto the hull.
Listen, man, you don't need to be putting explosives or anything on my fucking ship either. We're having a conversation here.
You're calling up a bunch of reinforcements. I got an insurance policy. If everything goes good, well, you know. You say it's not a bunch, but then when Payne shows up, what do you think the chances of this not escalating are?
It's just one guy.
It's just one Super Hulk style battle droid.
Yeah, it's just one Hulkbuster.
Throw one in the water there.
Yeah.
All right, look, I don't want this doesn't need to escalate any further. I just want to ask you a question, you know, because I've got a bounty hunter on the ship. Like, if we'd known that he was a bounty, we would have taken care of this as, you know, as part of the bounty hunter guild. Like, we're in good standing here.
So he slides a puck across the floor, and a picture of Randall pops up on it with the name Andy Potts, wanted dead or alive, 50 million credits, New Republic intelligence.
What the fuck, man? What
Okay,
the fuck?
I everything I said before, I'm going to do.
Okay.
But I may be looking for a different job when I get there.
Okay.
You're the fucking bounty hunter.
Do you want to ping Tavi and ask about this?
Yeah.
Okay. So normally this would be a computer search, but since Tavi's like an AI, I'm going to abbreviate it slightly. She's going to respond with, there is a Moncal named Andy Potts that does have that bounty. And his description does very closely match Randall.
And you never thought to notice this before?
It's close. It's not. It's like an 87% chance, which is not high enough to trigger the identification software.
You've done like DNA scans on him. Like, couldn't you clone him and give him the clone? I don't know. Like, I'm just free thinking.
Yeah, no,
Kizik still needs to go, but like,
I can
Yep.
absolutely do that. Let's first get to that point.
Yep. And let's let Kizik, because it looks like Kizik has a plan already.
So Kizik hit the button on the lift, and it was going. So he gathered everyone, and it's still nothing's happening. He's lost his patience, so he's jumped up on the table. And he's going to go into the vents and try to be up here, unnoticed.
Are you taking any of this assault squad you have gathered down here with you?
No, they're waiting on the lift.
Okay. Currently, the lift is probably held where on the floor where Dex is. Although he could release it. And all of this is supposed to be happening at the same time. So you can give me an athletics check to climb up through them vents. If you want to do it silently, it'll be a stealth check. If you want to,
Athletics first, then stealth.
well, athletics fast, stealth slow but silent.
I want to do it slowly and silently.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth roll. It's going to be 1 red, 2 purples, and 1 setback.
Yeah.
All right. Next turn, you will emerge on that floor.
First thing.
Okay. So the Mandalorian's going to be like, look, if he's on the ship and you're willing to give him up, then this is something we can work out. I have no beef with the rest of you.
good. Well, at that kind of rate, though, like,
You-
50 million?
You want a finder's fee.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, he hits another button, and the puck hologram transforms to the sign of a multi-story skyscraper that says Moncal Secondary University, and it explodes from the bottom, and it looks like Independence Day as the whole building goes up, and he's like full of students. They want this guy bad.
You mean like D from Vendetta, like do 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 do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty explosive.
Cool beat to it too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the Moncal I know. The Moncal I know won't kill anybody.
I'm not here to negotiate on who he is. I'm here to fulfill the bounty.
I mean, I get you, but like, so I want to prep you. My doctor's coming up here. That's who I called at first. He's got like DNA scans of everybody, and I'm pretty sure this isn't the Moncal you're looking for.
There's a knocking on the docking port because he's on the airlock, right?
So the docking port is where he's at. No, he's come through the docking port, and there's a ship, a fire spray, which is this one right here, that's on the docking port.
I'd like to wave at anybody in the driver's seat, and then I'm going to go to the airlock and knock on the door.
Okay. There's nobody in the driver's seat of the ship. You can you have access codes. You could just open the airlock, but you can wave if you want.
Yeah, I'll just walk in
Okay.
and stand next to the captain.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, holy shit, and he's gonna step back.
Wait, so Randall's worth 50 million? First off, just to be clear, there's a 1% chance that's not Randall. Which, I mean...
There's a 13% chance it's not Randall, Tavi would say.
Okay, my bad, 13%. I misheard her. You gotta speak up. The, what if I had a solution that They got you Randall. Or a body that looked just like him. And you give us a cut.
He's wanted alive.
He said dead or alive.
Yeah, but the dead one doesn't pay the 50 million.
What's the dead one pay?
Like 10 million. It's quite a significant cut.
Wait, how alive does he have to be?
Enough to answer questions.
What if, pray tell, maybe you were bringing him in and he was alive, but maybe not so good brain-wise?
Like I said, he has to answer questions.
I mean, the
Look, you're
bounty.
a bad negotiator here.
No, I'm just saying the bounty specifically says dead or alive. It doesn't say brain alive, it just says alive. I can have a breathing body that looks just like him. It will even say words. It's not comprehensible ones. Yeah.
So
That means brain dead.
as
Literally dead.
soon as he realizes your intention is to cheat the bounty hunter is definitely going to you can tell from his body language that was not the correct thing to say to him.
God damn it. That's not what we were trying to do.
Tavi's also going to warn you that the electrical spokes on the front of this thing probably do ion damage.
Noted. I look at the captain. I mean, do we really need to keep Randall? 50 million? I mean, what's our cut if we just give him the real one?
Kizik, at this point, you've reached the end of the vent. You are directly below the outside of the docking port inner door. You're right where his gun is here, but you can if you opened the vent, you could probably reach out and grab his foot.
So
Is he in an airlock?
So he's backed into the docking port, but it's got two sets of doors. The inner door, Waz, is on the inside vent in the floor, but the door's open. And the Mandalorian's just over the threshold.
We sell them at the end. Once all the gold stuff goes off, we can drop that emissary.
So, back to my original question. What's our cut if we give you our friend?
I'll give you 1 million credit finder's fee when I get paid.
About so you're not swimming.
Million. That seems a little low.
Alternately, I could just destroy the ship, and
And take the 10?
It'd take the 10.
It would die too.
It'd take the 10. I'm sure I can pick him out of the wreckage.
I mean, no, I'm saying if you blew up the ship,
He-
your ship will blow up too.
Yeah, I could get in that ship and just leave.
Not if I put bombs on it when I walked in here from the outside, because I thought maybe you would do that to our ship, and I was like, the captain would really appreciate if I had Randall give me some bombs and put them on that ship out there, and then come inside and try to negotiate. And then when it goes like this, I would be like, boom.
Give me a deception check.
This can't possibly go poorly.
I mean, I'm gonna give you a boost because you came in from the airlock and he saw that. I'll give you 2 boosts for that, actually. That was pretty clever. And he's 1 red and 2 purples.
Alright, go to here.
Also, Kizik, if you want to take an action here, you just let me know, because technically you have a turn.
I'm just waiting for everybody. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make the first move, but I'm prepped.
1 red, 2 purples, 2 boosts, 2.
I think in character, I'm going to be like, on the intercoms. Will Randall please come to the rec room? I need Randall to come to the rec room, please.
I'm gonna use a light side point.
To make Randall come to Red Room? Oh, okay.
Get rid of that red. I still think this this won't work, but I'll try it. Oh,
I mean, why didn't he ever tell us that he blew up a college?
Oh no.
Okay, so he's definitely like, no, you didn't, because, the ship would have detected someone tampering with it and alerted me.
I don't think you know how Randall makes bombs, but okay, take that chance.
I will. So, how's this gonna go? Are you gonna give me the Moncal, or are we doing this?
How did you figure that he's on the ship? Like,
Oh,
how'd you track up?
I look at the captain and I'm like, you just called Randall. Of course he knows.
No. I meant like, how did he find our ship and pull us out of hyperspace?
so Payne would recognize that the puck also has one of those beacons on it that the bounty hunters use. He's likely been following Randall's signal for quite some time. It also would confirm that Randall is in fact the person this bounty is for.
Oh, okay.
Randall's got some splaining to do.
And with what?
Tavi would.
Like, how did you think this was gonna go?
I thought you were just going to say, cool, bye.
Look, when we talked about this at lunch, he's like, they're just going to hand him over.
I mean, I think both of us want to. That's why we're not doing it.
No, here's the problem. Like, Dex would fight tooth and nail so Randall wouldn't leave. Like, I was about to just fucking start shooting at this Mando,
I've
and
actually
all
almost
hell would
punched
break
him 3
loose.
times. God, we don't even like Randall. Why are we going through this?
It's family, man. Like, this is...
No, this is a
Malcolm
conversation
Reynolds.
You and I are having. I like turn to him, and I'm like, we don't even like him. He's like, he blows shit up. He's never there when you need him. Like, why are we? Why a million credits just to let him go?
And that
seems...
fish chili he made everyone have indigestion that could have it.
Totally forgot about.
Yeah, that fish chili. They gave you all indigestion, except me. Because he never made anything for me to eat.
It's the principle of the matter. He's a part of the crew. We're not just gonna let him... Like, we're not gonna let this fucking Mandalorian come in here and take it. It's the Mandalorian wearing Beskar.
So he appears to be wearing full Mandalorian armor. Tavi is gonna be like, likelihood that the Mandalorian is going to attack any second now is rising exponentially.
Yeah. So as I go, so I don't know if you noticed, but I've been turning to the captain to talk to him. And,
Yep.
Yeah. So right about here, I go, this is the stupidest idea you've ever had, and then I just punch the guy.
Okay, you're gonna need to close in on his range. He's been holding action, so he is gonna get a shot at you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What's your defense rating? I know it's insane.
So I haven't said I've taken any maneuvers or anything, but I would like to activate my defensive maneuver for that thing, if I can.
Defensive stance.
You absolutely can. You premeditated this, so you can do that.
All right, so it's 1 upgrade and 4 melee or 5 range defense. I used to think defensive stance was stupid. I don't know what's wrong with me.
That is interesting. Not the card I thought it was, but we'll make do. All right.
Just bring it to the shore, so.
What happened to the map?
What did happen?
Oh, never mind. We're over here. I forgot where we were.
It still should have the table on it. That was weird.
It's back now.
Yeah, I clicked a button. Okay, so let's do our difficulties here. So your adversary, you're at close range. That's a challenge. And then you said it upgrades how many times?
Once.
Once upgrades, so put that up there. And your setbacks? And this is going to be a ranged attack. Okay.
5 for ranged, 4 for melee.
Okay, so it's 5. Okay.
Let me make sure I don't have... Oh, it's defensive stance once a range, 4 defensive stance. Oh, I can upgrade twice.
Okay, let me upgrade you again, because you're going to need it. His skill is actually insane.
Magmo ones are worth money. The
Okay.
regular gold ones not as much.
I think that's it.
Alright. So he's going to take a shot with his... It's like a modified stun blaster. He's going to miss. I'm gonna roll a chance dice because he just fired an ion weapon inside the Proto Shadow, and it's a powerful one. Okay, 3 reds. All right, so let's see here. So the ion weapon goes off. It hits the elevator dead on, completely disabling the turbo lift. Like showers of sparks and all sorts of dramatic blah, but he completely misses Pain. Pain, you may now make your attack.
Alright, difficulty to hit.
The difficulty to hit him, he's adversary 2. So you're doing a melee attack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adversary 2, deadly accuracy for him, lethal blows do anything for him. What's Stalker do? I think Stalker's stealth based.
This is how we die. Trying to save Zach's character.
I think that it's 2 reds. And whatever his armor gives him, which is going to be nothing. Yeah, it's 2 reds. So go ahead and roll your melee.
Pulsar fists. Alright. That is...
Dang. I think I must have lost it before that then.
18 and 2 advantage. Advantage is not enough. We can do concussive.
So let me ask you this, since you're using Repulsor Fist.
Mhm.
Would you like to knock him back through the docking port into his ship, which would give you the ability to potentially jettison the ship and jump back into hyperspace, or would you like to try to like take him out all the way?
I think I'd rather take him out all the way. I don't think... I mean, he's just going to keep coming. He's got a tracker. He knows, he knows what he's doing.
Okay, it's your choice. It's an internal decision, so not everybody gets a vote. So how much damage is that total?
18. And he's concussed. For 1 round.
Okay.
I'll Google that real quick.
I was just wondering if you can be concussed through Beskar, but you probably can. Pretty sure that Mandalorian got knocked around enough to hurt his head.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's what I was looking for. Alright, so you said 12?
18.
Oh, 18. You definitely hurt him. He's definitely concussed. He does move backwards from your hit just a little bit.
So for 1 round, he cannot perform actions.
Okay.
That is concussed.
That is
concussive.
That is going to probably save your ass. Dex, your turn.
Oh, man. I guess... Man, alright. Is this where his Firefly is?
Fire spray, yes.
Fire spray, sorry.
Yes.
This one.
That is correct.
Is that quite so many?
And the door is open?
The doors are already open. You can see clean inside of his ship. He left himself an escape route. He's not stupid.
Alright, I'm gonna dash into his ship.
Through his space.
Yeah, but he can't do anything.
Okay.
He can't take any actions.
Okay, I'm gonna allow it.
Sounds like it's at least an athletics check.
Oh, you're definitely gonna be making an athletics check. I'm just debating on whether or not we want to do other things too. But let's go ahead and see if you even make it over there first.
Push him down. Dude's a little wobbly because he just got his head run.
I was thinking I was gonna try to juke, like, to the right and then dash around him on the left-hand side, make this a coordination check.
Okay, I'll take that argument. That's good. He's already concussed, so I'm gonna downgrade it from a red and 2 purples to just 3 purples. All right, you are now inside a fire spray class patrol ship. These are used as law enforcement vessels, and you know a little bit about them. Their internal defenses are pretty significant and are basically designed to keep prisoners from escaping and or to assist boarding actions. So what you've just done is walk into a man trap. Whether or not you're going to be able to do anything on this ship is highly questionable. Like they're designed to keep people from doing what I think you're trying to do.
Is there anybody else on the ship with me?
That you can see? No. You're in what looks like a foyer. You've got a ladder leading up and a access hatch at your feet.
Okay. And I'm now behind him.
You are behind him. Waz?
I'm going to pop the vent open. I'm going to still be like knee deep in it, and I'm going to try to grab his foot with my garrote and try to pull him so he steps in there and falls down.
Okay. Give me a brawl or melee check.
He's 2 reds.
2 reds, yep. Two reds and Kizik is rolling. This can't go bad. All right. You knock him flat on his ass. He is on his back.
And I have his foot in a garrote still, right?
Sure. Well, that's how you want it. All right. He can't take an action on his turn. Damn, you're not.
Pull his helmet off and put him a gun to it.
Only if you want to die.
Why would I die?
Because there's a baridium charge strapped to the side of this, and he's a Mandalorian. And if you pull his helmet off, he's probably just going to hit the button. I mean, you don't really know any of that. Go ahead and do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, like, that's a lack of planning on that particular tactic. And that it is his turn, by the way. So that's kind of why I'm like, because really the only thing you've left him to do is to hit that button. He can't stand up because he's garroted around his feet. He's concussed, so he can't take any actions to free himself or shoot anything. The only thing he could do is hit the button.
Yep. Wrong ship. Wrong neighborhood. We all die because we tried to save Randall. Actually, Payne might live through it.
He's the closest. I'm going to jump down the chute and then just get shot into space.
He is going to, because he can't use an action, hit the remote control on his ship, and the docking clamp is going to immediately unfurl, and the ship's going to break away. This whole section is now exposed to space, and Dex is hanging on by the door frame. And it's top of the round. Nobody wants to go?
I'm trying to take in what he did.
He hit a button, the autopilot of the ship engaged, disconnected from the docking port. Now all of these doors that are locked open has just sucked all the vacuum out of here. So basically everybody's suffocating. You have basically one round to create a seal, or people are going to start taking serious damage. You are actually out in space because were on his ship, which is now disconnected. The only reason he didn't fly out the airlock is because Waz is actually anchoring him down. That's the only reason he didn't fly out the airlock.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was muted. I did actually say I was going to do something.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm going to step forward, grab the captain's, fling the captain into the cabin and close the door.
How could you possibly do that? So on his turn, he did the whole thing where it breaks away.
Right, so there's still a door there, right? It's still an airlock.
Both of the airlocks are jammed open. He's rigged these doors so he has an escape route. So these doors are pegged open. They don't shut.
Well, we didn't know that.
I didn't tell you that, but you didn't ask either.
There are barrels. Like
Okay, I'll just take his gun from him there.
Okay. Just give me a grapple check. Since he can't really take an action, we'll make it a 3 purple check.
There's an empty chest you can put your skulls into.
4 success, 1 threat.
Okay. You now have his big heavy stun/ion blaster in your hand.
Can I toss that out into space?
Sure, you can if you want. You could probably toss it to Dex. The ship is floating away. Also, Dex
I
would
literally don't want to give it to Tex either.
you could choose because it's top of the round and it happens so fast that Dex could probably jump back across if he really really wanted to. But he could also stay on the other ship. I'm not sure what he wants to do with that. There's possibilities both ways.
You know, I just want to toss the gun out into space where it will be safe from. Well, I will be safe from it.
Yeah. That's not a big deal. It's just like dropping a weapon. Also, I don't know if Dex actually told anyone else about the explosive he saw. I know he saw it, but I don't know if anybody else even knows about it.
And Payne saw him put it on the wall.
And the guy told us about it too.
Yeah, and he said I was gonna blow everything up.
Yep, he sure did. He did.
Yeah, so
you guys are aware that the thing is there.
Yeah, I tossed his gun out into space. I look at the dude and I'm like, all right, how about no more trying to kill each other? I was very uncomfortable with you having an ion cannon leveled at me. I feel better now. Do you like tea?
Do you like tea? I mean, you can try to negotiate with him.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to the bar and start making tea for everybody, and we can sit down and have a nice chat.
As everyone else is fighting vacuum,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull.
I tried closing the door. You said I couldn't, so I'm just gonna make tea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't close the door the traditional way. I'm not saying it couldn't be closed with a mechanics check. It's something that you would normally, ironically, get Randall to do.
Right. Speaking of, Randall's coming up the stairs.
Randall's actually hiding in the kitchen. He's cowering in the galley right now.
Oh, where's the tea located? Is that in the kitchen?
It's in the galley. It's in the canteen in the galley.
All right. Well, I'll get the tea.
Actually, I think Dex is the only one who could probably close the door right now.
All right, I'll jump across and close the door.
Okay, so this is going to be a 2-prong check. So first, roll me a 2 purple coordination. No, just make it a 1 red coordination. That way, there's a chance for that good old-fashioned despair.
I jump.
1 success. You make it over there. Okay, now give me another one as a mechanics check. To ratchet.
Just 1 red.
Yeah, to ratchet the door closed. Actually, you can make it a 2 purple, because you're already over. Alrighty. Okay. With your 2 threats, you do manage to get the doors closed, but you have to, like, superhero roll in because you've closed both doors, which you didn't mean to do, and you engage the fire safety system to do it, so they're, like, locked shut. So that's going to make it more difficult for you to get to the Beridium charge if you decide you need to do that. the Mando Hunter is on the floor with his feet wrapped up in a garrote, and he's holding with both hands a dead man switch. He's still struggling, but it's now Waz's turn. We'll see what he does before I go any further on that.
I hand the captain a cup of tea and pour some tea into it.
I mean, I think
that's warm.
I think
New blend I've been working on. It's a menthol blend.
Of course it
You
is.
all,
Hey,
you all love it.
mint tea is actually amazing.
This isn't mint. This is menthol. It's like all the good stuff in mint's been taken out.
So what, Waz? What are you gonna do?
Here.
He's actively like threatening everybody with his dead man switch.
I don't know about threatening as much as like
Holding on like it's the only thing keeping him planted to this world.
yes, because it is.
Yeah.
I want to grab both of his hands with my hands and make sure that he doesn't drop that thing.
Okay, so you're gonna let go of the garrote you have around his feet.
Oh man, can I try to hog tie him?
You
That's
can.
an even better choice.
You can try.
I mean, that's tougher to do around his hands and around his.
Ireland, not this
You know, so that he can also not let go of the switch that's keeping us all alive currently.
Can I just? Oh man, he's real tough too.
I'm holding out tea for you.
He's got tea. I've got
It's
his feet.
It's got
He's
a
got
smell
that.
of menthol wafting off of it that you
I do love menthol.
a touch of cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
You know how
I'm-
much it's gonna burn.
Yep. I'm going to take some fire paste, light my hand on fire so that I can have a hotter cup of tea as I accept Payne's tea. I'm gonna.
As you do, you notice that there is just a touch of fire paste in the bottom of the teacup.
Just already.
Almost like someone's been paying attention, and he knows the drugs you need.
Yep. And I'm gonna sit down and just continue to stare at the Mando.
So you're basically not taking any action.
I mean, I can't. I don't think that hog tying him is the right call. We are now locked back in. Can I just try to coerce him into being compliant?
You can try. I mean, it's going to be a lot of reds.
Oh,
You
he's
sh-
not scared.
Yeah, generally Mandalorians are not susceptible to things like coercion or anything that violates their code of honor. Like earlier when Payne suggested that they cheat the bounty, you guys instantly became the enemy just because of that one sentence.
Yep. Best thing we can do now is sit back and let him wrap his head around a way to get out of this. And enjoy your tea, I say to Wes.
Yeah. I'm going to try. I'm going to grab the tea, but I'm going to keep my foot on the garrote around his feet, so that if he tries to stand up and run, I can stomp it and he trips. Deceptively.
He trips while holding a dead man switch.
I'm-
That's
Yep,
gonna
yep.
go real good.
Somebody got to catch it. I'm going to dive and catch it afterwards too.
I've seen your rolls. That's probably not gonna happen. How far to the other airlock? How far would I have to get? No, there's no way. All right, well, we're all gonna die here.
I'm going to sit down and not take an action. Let's see how it goes. Hold action.
Okay. He is going to visibly calm as he sees none of you are approaching him. He is going to be a little weirded out by your whole drinking tea thing.
I have a cup of tea for him. It is piping hot.
He's not going to be able to take his helmet off to drink it. You offering it to him is he's not going to take it.
It's got a straw adapter. What do you, I don't know.
Yeah, give him a silly straw.
He's trying really hard.
It's got a straw adapter. You just plug it right into the side of the helmet, and we won't have to see the uncomfortable face he makes as the concoction that I have convinced you all is delicious tea. It's really just 2 shades away from probably poison.
All right, look, I think this is the only thing I can think of. We are in the exact same situation that we were in when you boarded my fucking ship uninvited. Thanks for that. You either take Randall and you give us a fucking finder's fee,
Not the
or
exact.
you blow us up and we're all gonna die.
No, at this point he blows himself up with us, so it's really like we're all in this together now. We're like a crew. This is our new crew.
You know, when I came on board, I said if you just handed him over, that I'd give you a finder's fee, and then that guy attacked me and threw away my favorite gun. That's my favorite gun. But you know,
like those kind of guns. Do you know what those do to droid insides?
Yeah.
Imagine if I turned my X-ray vision on you and just gave you cancer throughout your entire body. With,
I think you should eat him up anyway.
Just nothing more than a glance. Like, would you like that? I didn't do that to you. I just tapped you.
I don't see any other way out of this except giving you fucking Randall, and I'm not happy about it, like, at all.
Hold on. If you don't give him Randall, he's not going to kill himself. He's just going to leave.
And come after us again and again with heavier and heavier shit.
I mean,
like,
all I'm saying is this scenario does not have to end. It would be pointless for it to end in a fiery explosion where we all die. It would make much more sense for us just to put all our cards on the table, explain our position, and see if there's a middle ground we can find that doesn't involve cheating the system. Fucking organics.
Has anybody seen Randall?
No, I think he's hiding because you announced that there was someone here looking for him, and based on that fact that puck is actually tied to his genetics, Randall is definitely Andy Potts. He's lied to us. 50 million credits. You know how much fuel that would have bought us?
That's kind of my fucking whole thing. So I'm gonna try to find Randall, not knowing where he is. I think I'm just gonna roll for it, see how lucky I get.
Sure. Payne, just so you know, you did see Randall.
I know, he lied to me.
He did.
Oh wait, I thought you said I didn't see Randall.
You saw him in the fucking...
he's in the galley, hiding in the corner. Like
I thought I was in the pantry.
Yeah, so like there's a door there, but you still would have seen him because you had to heat up your tea.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you said I didn't see him, and that's because otherwise I would have already had Randall sitting out here at the table with his own cup.
Randall's not going to come willingly, but
No, it doesn't have to come willingly. I don't need anyone to do anything willingly. I'm big.
But you know, you could just be like, yeah, he's just cowering in the galley if you want to do that.
No, I'll just get up and go get him. Like, back of the trouser hall, bring him over, set him down, put a steaming cup of hot tea in front of him. I sit him on this side of the table.
Side of the table? Okay.
Yeah. And then I sit down over here, and I just glare at everyone. There, now can we work this out?
So we're all going to the dining room now? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. I thought that's where we were, to be honest. I don't really understand the map sometimes.
Cool.
Bad.
We're gonna say that these guys are waking up from their stun about now. They're like, what the fuck?
Ready for them as well.
Vamp is like, nope, I don't want that. And then like, the Kraken goes to take one, and she's like, no, you don't, no, don't. All right.
Vamp, I need you to go to the bridge and check where that fire spray is. Just let me know what's going on out there.
She's gonna be like, yeah, no problem. And the Kraken's gonna be like, you want me to stay here, go with her, or go to my ship?
Yeah, go to your ship. Make yourself useful.
Yeah, I'll be back. So he goes, and you hear the docking clamps of his ship removing from the outside of the hull. So now he's out there too. The Mando Hunter's like, all right, I think this is all down to money. Is that what this is? You don't like the finder's fee I offered? 1 million credits is a lot of money.
The captain is attached to the manfish over there, and doesn't want to let him go because he considers him a family. I personally don't understand the concept. I am more comfortable with these organics than I am with most organics. Except for the ones that I kill and chop up, dissect, and turn into useful items for myself. But generally speaking, they're all pretty much the same. But I get that some organics form an attachment to other organics. As an organic yourself, I'm sure you have an attachment to something. Yes? No?
Probably a little green fucking guy.
A
Big
little.
ears.
Oh, now.
No, this isn't that Mandalorian. That guy we saw a couple weeks ago when we were dealing with the Zahn Consortium and Gimba.
He would have probably killed all of you by now.
Yes, yeah. It's a different Mandalorian.
Yeah.
This isn't about money. It is about family. It's about principle, and it's about you forcing your way onto my ship and doing this the wrong way. I get that you have a job to do, that you're a bounty hunter. I also understand that this has completely been foobarred. This entire situation sucks. We have the ability for you to get your bounty. It's not cheating the system. You will get, what was his name again? Potts. You're getting a Potts, okay? But we're keeping our Potts too. I'm going to try to negotiate.
In the effort to be completely honest, it definitely is still cheating the system. It's just a cheat that lets all of us here at the table get most of what we want and not die.
See, that's the great thing about negotiation. If you do it right, both people feel like they've been cheated.
Yes.
But everybody walks away from the table.
I mean, where I think I have figured out he doesn't like lying, so I'm attempting to make sure he understands that we are not lying. We are telling him the truth to the best of our ability.
You also broke our lift.
Yeah, like the damage that you did to my ship. Yeah,
It's fairly minor. We have several people on the ship that can fix that lickety split. It's just a couple pop transistors from the disruptor weapon. You really should not use those.
Vamp, what's the situation outside?
The fire spray is holding position outside the docking port. It's blatantly on autopilot. Kraken's lined up behind it. If it does anything funny, we can scrap it.
So, we've done our negotiating. What do you have to say, Mr. Mandalorian?
I need Dex to roll his negotiate check. It's going to be 3 purples, but it's also going to be 4 blacks and 4 boost dice.
Alright, so I get a yellow, a green, and a blue by myself. Then you said it's
3 purples. 3 purples.
Okay.
And then 4 blacks and 4 setbacks and 4 boosts.
Did you get something special because you're on your pride and joy?
I do. I get to take a black away, I think is what it is.
Is that it?
He gets better. And I thought he upgraded his check. Could be.
Yeah, I thought it was way better than that. You're underselling it, or
Hold on, we'll find it.
why are you in charge? I thought you were charismatic.
So, trust the captain is a leadership check. I've never tried Entrance and Gaze. I have no idea what that does.
Oh, that just gives you your boosts. So you when they're dealing with you, I think you get a boost for that. It should already be on your sheet though.
Yeah, that's why you got a boost for your negotiate.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Pride and Joy says it upgrades at once.
Yeah, that sounds right. So you turn that green to a yeller.
Cool. Roll it. Nice.
So he's going to be like, I'm not going to accept anything short of one of 2 potential things. Now, you rolled 5 advantage, so I'm going to give you a second option. He's like, item number 1, I leave with pots, and I will give you a 5 million cut finder's fee. Or I leave now and we resolve this later, but I will leave the Beridium charge here and not blow it.
That one sounds really shitty. Could you just take it with you?
Why would you leave your trash on my
I
boat?
feel like leaving that. Also, just to be clear, you're going to leave a Beridium charge in the hands of the guy you're trying to hunt down and bountify.
And the bomb
Also
expert.
happens to be
I'll take the Beridium charge with me if you have your fighter redock, so that I stand a chance of getting into hyperspace before he decides to turn my ship into scrap.
Yeah, no, I think we can work that out. We just have him out there as our contingency. He's like our Beridium charge.
See, yeah, this is like this trust thing, two-way street. But we have been completely upfront with you this whole time. So like, you're just gonna take that fucking Beridium charge with you when you go. My fighter is gonna stay where he's at too. Like,
Captain,
you're gonna be able to trust us.
That's not going to work.
That seems
We would
just
have
a
already
little,
been able.
Captain. That seems just a little unreasonable. As it's well, there is no trust in this room for one thing, and what you're asking him to do is put all of his eggs in the basket, and you get to keep your eggs. And that's, as an organic, you guys don't like that particular negotiation tactic. You know this. I know this. He knows it.
I'm gonna look at Randall. I'm gonna be like, you are not fucking worth all of this fucking trouble, and I can't get past that you lied, and that you brought all this down. Like this guy is after you. You realize that, right? Like, do you have anything to fucking say for yourself?
So I'm not going to speak all the way for Zach, but I feel like Randall would say, I didn't do it. It's not real.
So this is a setup.
Well, I mean, the building really blew up.
Then what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I'm not going to go too much deeper than that. We're going to say he, like, stutters over himself. I do want to let Zach tell that story.
Can I give Randall a purple nurple?
I mean, sure.
At this point, I almost want you to just to go. I'm so fucking disappointed in you, Randall.
When the captain says that, I replay the video footage of the school building up with all of the children. I may have CGI'd in some children bits flying through the air during the explosion.
There's like a really bad Photoshop sign that says orphanage
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's falling on a playground full of kids.
School for underprivileged inner city children. And some of the letters.
So disappointed.
Yeah, it's awful.
He should take psychic damage. Me being so disappointed in him. Oh man. This is put real big shit on my day. God damn it.
Personally, Captain, I kind of like option A. I mean, 5 million. You know what I could buy with 5 million credits?
Another fucking crew member, and then some.
I hadn't really thought about that. Yeah, you're right, though. You could get a crew member you could probably get several. I was thinking more like, the kind of biogenetics lab I could actually produce living, breathing clones. Then we wouldn't have this. We could turn in all the bounties. Replace popular leaders with our own.
Damn it, man. Metagame talk. Is there any way to like tag that fire spray so that we can trace him too?
If you have the right equipment.
Just know where he's at.
And I think you might actually have one of those tags. You sure do. You've got one in your inventory in the armory.
I can get Mr. Clean to do it, right? While we've got him doing.
Sure. You guys have spent several turns negotiating. Let me just roll some of his checks real quick. I don't know how to do the difficulty on this, so... Got robbed. So he's gonna be like, I'm gonna need some time if you want that done. Can you keep him distracted for, say, another 5 minutes?
Shit. I don't think so. This is gonna come to a head again.
He's like, if the ship were still docked, I could definitely do it. But the ship isn't docked, so my cleaning droid can't get to the ship.
Well, he's gonna have to come back eventually. So why don't you get ready for it, and then try to go sneaky like.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll have a droid on the outside of the hull, waiting for the ship to dock. Alright.
Metagame now. I'm thinking I'm gonna send Randall with this guy, and then we are going to trace him back down and try to get him back. Send him live. We're probably never gonna get paid. That's never gonna happen.
Part of the negotiation. You get the money up front.
He's not going to have that. If he did, he wouldn't be chasing bounties down.
Yeah.
This all may be true, but that doesn't mean we can't negotiate something up front. Alternatively, we could just let it happen.
And not go after him?
No, we get the $5 million, then we go after him.
Can you put... You've got tracer stuff, right, in the lab? Go take Randall down to the doctor's office, the hospital wing, and fucking load him up with a tracer round. Subdermal, we'll find his ass again. We're gonna be like...
Why don't we just ask this guy where they're gonna take him? Hell, he's already got a tracker inside him. We just asked this guy to give us the tracker.
I was actually going to point out...
I
was going to point out that Tavi would be like, you just take the bounty puck.
Yeah. I pick up the bounty puck, and I look at the captain, and I'm like, done.
I'm assuming you don't actually say all that out loud.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying all that out loud.
But done out loud. I did do that.
There you go.
He's going to very, very cautiously get up. Now, Randall's going to put up a little bit of a fight, but he's a Mandalorian, so...
Yeah, so when Randall starts to fight, I just gently reach out and caress the main artery for pumping blood into the brain that keeps you conscious. Just gently caress it until he's unconscious.
Okay. I'm still going to roll, because you didn't actually countermand your order to Mr. Clean, and see if he manages to stick the thing on the ship.
I didn't what?
Because you
double tracking him.
Yeah.
We're double tracking him.
You actually are. He successfully puts the tracker on the fire spray with his droid.
Good.
Okay. And the Mandalorian, unless you're going to stop him, he now, did you recall the Kraken?
I haven't yet, because he hasn't taken the Beridium charge.
Well, he's not going to if you didn't. Like, he's not going to remove that Beridium charge if you got a fighter out there that can shoot him down.
Alright, well then I'll bring Kraken back. He needs to take that Beridium charge with him.
Okay. If the fighter's redocked, then he'll take the Beridium charge with him.
Okay.
And he, as soon as he gets back into his ship, he instantly jumps into hyperspace.
Fucking hell, Randall.
Alright, well I've got some viruses to work on.
Kraken comes back and he's like, what the shit just happened?
Fucking bounty hunter came and got Randall, or Potts, or whatever the fuck his name is. I'm gonna call him Putz.
Metagame, you guys are actually very lucky that Waz didn't take Lucy with him, because she still has that Mandalorian Basilisk droid in her. You would have very quickly found yourself on the bad end of that fight.
I don't understand.
So the cybernetic part of Lucy is Mandalorian. It is a Mandalorian like droid that's in her. It would have sided with the Mandalorian instantaneously. She wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. And I did tell all of you guys this. It's something that Dex and the rest of the crew are aware of.
Yep, that's why she was waiting for the elevator. Then the elevator broke. Luckiest
So,
2 threats
what-
ever.
What was that Mando's name?
Hold on a second. I need to go use my generator.
Gotcha.
I wasn't expecting him to live through the encounter, so I didn't bother naming him.
How did you think that was gonna go?
I didn't think you were going to run past him, first off, like into the ship. And second off, I didn't think you guys were going to disable him that quickly. I thought it was going to be a thing where you guys were going to drive him back and he was going to jump into the ship and then like have to fly off and you guys would chase him down and I was going to do some cinematic thing where his ship blew up or he jumped into hyperspace, depending on how everything went down. But you guys disabled him in such a way that it was impossible for him to withdraw. It's, just the way things kind of go. Like, you guys put me in a position I didn't anticipate was going to happen very quickly.
Yeah. You made it very clear that I couldn't take the ship.
You could have, but it would have been very difficult. I wanted you to know you weren't just going to say, let's ride and get in the cockpit and take control of the ship, because I figured that was going to be your next turn. You're going to be like, okay, well, I've got let's ride. I'm going to jump in the ship and take it over. And I wanted you to know that that is not how it was going to work. It doesn't mean it was impossible.
Yeah, I don't have the computer skill to like hack his shit, so
Yeah.
it would not have worked out.
His
You could
name,
have done an opposed piloting check against the auto computer. That'd be amazing.
he's Cam Brokadu. Here, let me put it on something you guys can read. Yep, there we go. Tablet. Oh. With the spelling if you need it. And named his token. Yeah, well, I was planning on it being a much shorter encounter than that. That took almost a whole hour. Actually, it took more than a whole hour. I thought it was going to be 15 minutes.
We're not gonna get paid. It's not gonna happen.
You never know, Captain. But I have his bounty hunter license number and his contact info, so I don't. It's generally not wise to go around screwing over people.
Oh.
He seems like a pretty wise fellow, so.
You can actually look him up. He's actually quite famous. With that said, as you evaluate him more and more and more, you realize that so he used to work for Corsac before he was a Mandalorian. He's not a foundling. He's not actually like the Mandalorian from the series.
Oh, then he could have taken his helmet off.
That one of our groups murdered his lover.
There you go. Except for canonically, we said brother instead of lover. But
I recall it as lover.
yes, I know how you recall it. But yeah. So like, he also had a particular problem with Waz, but he wasn't gonna get there. Clax is already dead, so you can scratch that one off.
I gotta go AFK for a second.
I should have hogtied him, and we should have just had tea around him hogtied on the table.
I feel like that would not have gone like you wanted to. I could just let go of the Peridium charge.
Yeah,
whenever he-
I'll be honest with you. I was having a real hard time justifying him not just blowing the ship up, because in my mind he is willing to die to kill the rest of you. Like, it was really hard for me not to justify him just being like, click, nope, reroll party.
See, I don't know why you would put a situation like that in there with all that, because there's literally no way out of it other than what we just did for an hour.
So I was planning on, he jumps on board, you guys drive him back, he jumps back on a ship and leaves, either with or without Randall. I was not expecting the very first round, the very first surprise round, for you to completely immobilize the Mandalorian to the point where he couldn't use any of his special abilities, where he was just going to run and gun through the ship trying to get to Randall and then jump back out. Like I said, the party sometimes does things that the GM doesn't account for. If you were GMing, you would understand in your first couple sessions that you can't possibly think of every scenario. Also, the Beridium charge was meant to be like a deterrent to you guys just like insta-giving him. It just didn't work out the way I thought it would. You guys didn't even ask what kind of charge it was.
You told us.
After a fashion. Like, but when it first went down, he was just like, okay, that's a charge, and he didn't follow up with it. But I think he had the gist of the idea from the beginning.
None of us care what kind of charge it was. We knew it was going to kill us.
I mean, if it was like a detonite charge, it would have just taken out the docking port.
But there was no way for us to just win that Keep Randall.
Yes, there absolutely was. There was, as a matter of fact, if you hadn't immobilized him, that was how I thought it was going to go. He was supposed to come on board, realize he was in over his head, get driven back to the docking port, and would retreat on his ship. That was what it was supposed to happen. But you guys immobilized him and put him in this scenario where his only way out was to kill everyone, which put me as the GM in a bad position. But, you know, it is what it is. He's just supposed to open the can of worms so that you guys knew the bounty existed.
Well, now he's got Randall.
Mm-hmm. And when, you know, Zach comes back, we have an amazing opener for that session. I did warn Zach he might wake up in his cell next time he came back.
Wonder how he's going to get back to us.
You guys are going to go save him.
He's MacGyver.
You're gonna.
I got to get my 5 million first.
No, we got to get the 5 million first. And we're getting something out of this. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna open for Zach. It's gonna open. You know, he's in the cell and he's figuring out what's going on. It's gonna pan to us, and we're literally just doing everyday normal shit, waiting for that check to clear.
It's been 5 years. What happened? Well, we figured that we'd get paid eventually, and then it never came, and we forgot about you. I had other shit to do. I wonder what Zach's new character's going to be.
Well, his new character is going to be the Traveler character. Alright. What do you guys want to do now?
Fuck, I don't know. I feel like I lost, so let's go get drunk.
I can't drink, Captain, but I can pour you a wonderful glass of this tea. I've added a little something special just for you.
I'm just done with menthol.
It's Carillion whiskey.
With menthol.
With
it, right?
Yes. It's his tea. So everybody has a different brew. Waz is mostly menthol, cinnamon, and distilled fire paste. Matt's is Carillion whiskey with just a hint of menthol and cinnamon. I got to keep him hooked. I know he's less hooked than Waz, so.
So the captain's getting drunk. What's Waz doing?
Waz is running over the schematics that he stole last time and trying to find a route into the... Oh, I have notes somewhere. Into Iceheart. Nope, that's not at all. I don't have notes. I'm not going to stop using these little note cards because those don't do things.
I mean, they do things. You got lots of these things.
Yeah, but none of those are the notes that I took. Oh, maybe it is. 2 Gazantes, Emperor Hold, Vampire Hold, the capital city on the asteroid, because we can get a couple of places and we got to go through the platforms. We got the codes. We got a good Lambda class shuttle, so we could just kind of fly on in. But I'm also a little bit sad that little fish guy left, so I'll take a shot with the captain.
Little fish guy left. He totally did that. Pulling
He did. Actually, he did not struggle on his way off the ship.
He tried a little
No,
bit.
he was unconscious. He struggled on the ship, but not going off.
I don't know if hiding in a corner is struggling.
He did make it like he didn't tell us any of that backstory.
He sure didn't. And I want to point out that this has been on his character sheet since day one.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew this existed as players.
Mhm.
We had hints, but he has never once mentioned any of that. So yeah, you look, he'll be out on parole in 5 to 10.
A couple shots in, I'm gonna look at Dex and say, like, you got any outstanding bounties?
No,
I look at I look at Wes and I go, nope, neither of you do.
wait, I thought Waz was a bounty hunter too.
Nope.
Right?
Only Pain.
You know, neither of you have outstanding bounties.
I'm sure that you would have tried to cash him in if we did.
I mean, $50 million. You would hire me and expect me to not get you $50 million?
So let me ask you, how rare is a bounty that big?
Pretty rare. You have to blow up Back Bear University to get that one.
And
Yeah,
how long has that bounty been on there? Like, can you look at the puck to see how long it's been active?
Yeah, I'll start bringing up information like that.
It's been years.
I'll even bring up the crime itself, like, so we can get a little more information on that.
There's a Mega Weapons Corporation that Randall worked for. That basically he developed explosives, and he did work at the university. And the actual charge says gross negligence leading to massive loss of life. Is what it actually reads as, but there's several documents that say maybe he did it on purpose because he's a psychopath. We don't know because we can't find him. Because he fled, and innocent people don't run.
Unless he was set up.
He did say he didn't do it.
Yeah, but Captain, I've turned in several bounties. I show you a list. It's a long list. They were all innocent.
Yeah, I'm sure
Not
everybody
one of them
says
did it.
that.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever had a bounty where I took a guy in who was like, "Oh, I did it. Take me in."
So, hey, Captain. Mr. Clean pops his head, and he's like, that fire spray is headed towards the blockade. That, to leave the nebula. That's unusual, right?
Yeah, that is unusual. How does he figure he's going to get through?
No idea. Just know the direction he's moving in.
We can't let him leave the nebula with him.
But at $5 million. Do you know?
We're not going to get paid
I
for
can
that.
buy with that? We
We're
definitely
not
get
going to get paid.
for that.
No.
Bounty hunter's word is law.
That's... No, you bullshit all the time.
I'm not.
You
not a fan?
offered to fake the thing.
I'm not human. I don't suffer from your quibbles.
Now you've just... I don't know. I don't know who to trust anymore. I guess he's gone. I don't know if we're going to get him back.
I mean, to be fair, if you really want to get him back, just call up our boss. Be like, hey, one of our guys got picked up for a bounty. We want him back. I mean, it's the Zon Consortium. They have people everywhere.
I thought you were gonna call Blue Le Mans. You want to call the Zon Consortium?
I mean, they're both our bosses. We could go either one. We could go both. Like a bid war. Who can get it done?
Speaking of Blue Le Mans, he had a failing problem. Well, he wanted his failing lieutenants saved last time, and we didn't do that.
It's still on the table. It's only been a day.
We should probably save those guys, but we have to do it sneaky like.
As
Yeah, let's go. Let's go help Bullamon. I mean, Randall's flying away. Is he heading to a place? Because I saw a single route through. Is that the same route that this guy's headed towards?
there is a hole in the blockade where the Corvette is, but you're not going to be able to follow the details of the ship that closely. Like, you know the gist of where it's going, but you're not going to be able to tell if he's taking that route or not.
Did you want to start calling in the outside the New Republic, Captain? Since we've started to cause a bunch of disarray, and we're pretty sure that the resistance inside of here is going to mess with the blockade in a couple of days.
So proud of you. You got all the names right.
You're talking about Dawn, Lefis, the agent, or Lannis? Both of them? They're both New Republic, aren't they?
Lannis is New Republic, but he's inside. We have just like a legit handler for the New Republic.
Yeah,
and our job was
Don
to.
Face.
Oh, that's Don? Sorry, I forgot his name. We haven't talked to him in a while.
I can tell that someone took notes.
Aren't you proud?
I am. I'm very proud.
Alright, so let's give him a shout and let him know. Let's keep him abreast of the situation.
Okay, so he has kind of like a dead drop setup where you go to a forum and you drop cryptic posts and they mean things, and he's giving you like a cryptex of like code words and shit that you have to leaf through, like a like a cracker box encoder ring kind of deal.
Yeah.
So you can send basic messages, and one of those messages is go ahead and bring in the fleet, we're ready, and one is everything's foobar and going to shit, but you can't like have a sentence. Like you can't go into you can give very broad, this is what our situation is. But you can call him in if you want him to start sending in the fleet as Waz suggested. That is a thing you can do. You have a code for that. You also have a code for everything's fucked and we're not going to be able to do it.
What were the stipulations, though? We were supposed to actually fuck shit up before we called in the fleet, and I don't know if we've done that yet.
We've taken out
The crew of that Corvette would probably beg to differ.
2 of the 4 like major powers within the
I disagree,
nebula.
Chris. I don't think they'd have anything to say at all.
That's a valid point.
They're going to complain the least of anyone in that fleet.
It's valid.
We have good intelligence that the rest of the blockade's about to get messed up. They don't have any gas anymore. We blew that up. We messed up their production facility on the volcano planet. I feel like it's not going to be a fly in and just wave as we get rescued, but I think having reinforcements would help us in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I think I remember my old plan now. So we should call them in, and then we will coordinate our attack on Jera. I guess planet side, or wherever her little city thing is. We'll do that at the same time that the army shows up.
Her city's on an asteroid. That's the Emperor Imp Vamper hold. So it's basically a set of cities in a dome, on an asteroid. A planetoid, I guess it would say, because it has gravity. Yeah. You want to send the message. What's your next step after that? You have a hypercom terminal, so you can send that message.
I think we should encrypt messages and let everybody know that we're going to move on Jera soon.
That's also a good idea. So you're going to coordinate with the allies you met? With
Yes.
Lannis and Rastaban and Ardos?
Viz Invo too, right? He was a resistance agent. All the allies.
Viz was the guy you met on the Corvette, right?
Oh, we took him off, didn't we? And he went his own way.
I mean, you did, but he's not a leader. I mean, you have his contact info. You can tell him, but all those other people are like generals, and he's like a private. But you can do it.
Yeah, I'll let him know too.
Okay.
Make him feel special.
You're a special buddy. All right. So basically, you said D days and 4 days. What do we do?
My plan right now is to take ourselves on this Lambda to the planetoid, use the code to get in. We're gonna land and try to go super sneaky undercover as far as we can. Try to maybe find out where Jarrett is while we're there. So, Waz, how are you feeling about all this? We gotta dress up like Jarrett's crew.
The city's
we could also,
city's a civilian city.
yeah, we could just be civilians.
I mean, how are we as civilians going to get into her stronghold?
We need to be part of the Empire to make it past their blockades. But once we land on the actual asteroid, then we just are there and part of the civilian population. We can blend in that way.
Okay. Tracking.
Are we trying to be there like right now, or are we trying to be there as people are coming in? And we got 4 days to wait so we could go help somebody else, or we want to just start infiltrating right now?
Maybe we do a bunch of recon. 4 days of recon is better than nothing. Maybe you try to find a way inside. Bring your camping gear. Go camp on a planetoid.
I mean, it's got big cities and stuff inside. If we just put up a camping thing on the, like an alleyway, maybe we could be bums.
I mean, we could also just stay at a hotel, probably.
You know, I kind of like being a bum. It might be the whiskey, the official meeting whiskeys.
I don't think a bum is something I'm designed to replicate.
Well, you can be the trash receptacle that we sleep in and be on.
You're the trash truck.
They're called space hobos.
I'm all for recon. Let's try to figure some shit out.
We're gonna leave the Proto Shadow in general orbit and have that come in, or keep that far away.
You're talking about general orbit around her planetoid?
I mean, within jump distance, so that we, like, if she hits her, if she goes to her bug out vehicle, called the Phobos, that'd be nice to have a big Proto Shadow to lock it down, and we can catch it, hopefully.
Good point. Good point. Okay. So not in orbit, but in jump distance.
There's the technical hurdle of how do you talk to it.
Can our Lambda send messages that far? No.
Sending them that far isn't as big of a deal as time lag, so you don't have instantaneous communications over that kind of distance. Also, sending a transmission to it will basically shine a big beacon on it. So, traditionally, when you guys have done this, it's been really close by, but it can't be that close to the Imperial homeworld without being spotted. So there's a flaw with that plan. You could still do it and have it looking for certain things, or know that you have to get in your ship and jump to it and then jump to where it needs to go. But it's not going to be something where you're going to be on the ground and be like, we're going to call in the Proto Shadow now. Just so you're aware.
Okay.
Or, and here's a thought that you guys probably wouldn't think of, you could, because she's going to have a hypercom terminal in her fortress. You could sneak in and steal her hypercom and use that one if you need. That's super risky. Couldn't possibly result in the party getting wiped.
We also just did that dead drop kind of thing. Like, if we can get to the HoloNet and the Proto Shadow can get to the HoloNet, if we post a message that says go time and they're just monitoring it every 15 minutes, that still puts them like 20, 30 minutes out. That's kind of tough. But that's
The Kraken can hyper jump, right?
In his fighter?
Okay.
Yeah.
So he could run middleman while we're down there.
How does he get down to the planet?
No, I'm saying like he is off planet, but within comms range. And then if we need the Proto Shadow, we'll com to him, and he'll jump to the Proto Shadow to go get it.
Once again, I mean, him or the Proto Shadow being in, like, he's still got to be within orbit to do that, and his ship isn't allowed there. Your Lambda is the only shuttle that's allowed there. He could take your shuttle, and then you could have him courier back, but that's no different than what I said in the first place if you guys have to jump out to him. That Lambda is the only ship that can be there, is what I'm saying.
I gotcha. I thought for a second that because you said civilians were on the world, I thought that there were other ships and stuff.
There are other ships, but they're all under Jera's flag. It's kind of like a third world dictatorship. So there are lots of civilians, but there aren't going to be that many spaceships that aren't part of the military or government.
It is what it is. We can just roll in there with no backup.
or just have backup that's very delayed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to be discouraged, but I also don't want you to think you have support that you don't. Like the Kraken would suggest letting him fly the shuttle. He thinks that's probably the best thing. Like he can jump the shuttle out and get support. Alternately, the Kraken's like, I'm not really part of the crew. I could go tell the Resistance that you guys are on a mission to do some recon there and maybe recruit some extra help in case it came down to you need a large fighting force to appear in orbit.
That's not a bad idea.
Tell them the exploits that we've done so far.
Sing our song. What do you think, Payne? Nothing? Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Don't really have any thoughts.
Like I can't punch this situation.
Yeah. The undercover thing doesn't sound like it's going to work great for me. But other than that, sure. I'll go gather up a cocktail of bioweapons.
Okay. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break while you guys chatting amongst yourselves.
I don't know how this is gonna go.
Just into the belly of the beast, or we spend a couple of days trying to fix the other person and then go in a little bit hotter. I mean, having a giant Hulk robot is difficult for stealth.
Great for punching the guy off your ship.
Does still have Imperial emblems on his shoulders. Oh no, those might have come off.
No, they're magnets. I pull them out of my pocket and slap them back on.
So we have the ability to kind of go undercover a little bit.
I mean, people are going to talk about the giant new Imperial droid.
Prototype. It's a combat medic protocol droid.
All right. I mean, I think this is still our best bet to go in, do some recon, see if we can't find out where she is.
See if there's a particular group of people that she trusts a little bit more than everybody else and try to become them.
Try to become them.
I mean, I got a
your thing.
holographic image designer, or if they are in armor, we just put that armor on, or it's tough to pull Payne's core out and put him in a mouse spot.
I
No,
don't think he's gonna like that.
Can't imagine.
I think I pulled his core out once, way back when we were on Corellia.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's technically impossible to do. That's not what I said. So we're still stuck on trying to figure out how you're going to do recon, but that's the route you want to take.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I mean, there's really a finite number of options. You guys can dance around it all you want, but the only way you get on that planet is on that Lambda shuttle, and that Lambda shuttle is the only thing that's allowed in. So there aren't really a whole lot of combinations of this equation that you could go through.
Yeah, I was trying to plan ahead and figure out what we're gonna do when we get there.
That's a valid question.
I mean, I think Payne just wants to punch it, but we're gonna have to figure out a way to do that. All right, I guess, yeah, let's go to the planetoid in the Lambda. We will, we'll just have instructions for the Kraken to go talk, try to see if he can get us a fighting force, maybe back us up, sing our praises a little bit, and then, yeah, we're just gonna go in.
I'm gonna leave a dead drop message for both the Kraken and the Proto Shadow, so they can coordinate their entrance.
I mean, I feel like if you guys are sending him to coordinate with the Resistance, you're going to have some sort of agreed upon signal that you're going to send that's going to call them into the... Like, they're going to attack the capital world with their fleet, the Resistance is, if you send him to do that. They're just going to be waiting for your signal to try to coordinate when you want to do it. Alternately, some of your crew might bring up that, you know, if the Proto Shadow isn't going to be needed to do what you're doing, why don't we go help Blue Lamont if we really want to work for him? We've got this crew. Why don't we divide and conquer?
How are they gonna go work for him?
You're completely ignoring that mission that he asked you to do. That you guys like did this big elaborate email back and forth talking to him, and you told him you were going to help him out, and then you were like, "Oh, we're not going to do that." So you know, I feel like Mr. Clean would be like, I mean, if we got to take the two Storm Commandos and the crazy Lucy chick, we can probably handle saving a bunch of Phaline.
it's not a bad idea.
I didn't ignore it either, by the way. We had a fucking bounty hunter jump on the ship and fucking distract us from it. Because I did say we could do the failing thing earlier. Yeah, send them to do it. So let's do that. That's a good idea. We don't need the Proto Shadow right now. Maybe they can go and help.
All right.
Lucy's a big girl.
So you guys are gonna climb onto the Lambda. Does anyone want to get any last minute supplies from the ship before you guys get in the Lambda?
I'll take a sampling of some of my my better viruses, like the werewolf virus. Putting that in a container. The one that makes you crap yourself, obviously. Get that one.
I'm gonna bring my combat armor and just put it in a box on the Lambda.
You're not wearing your combat armor?
I've got the laminate armor on. I look like a stormtrooper right now.
Ah.
Oh, hey, where did my custom fucking gun go? Did I ever get that back?
I think Payne threw it out the airlock.
Well,
No.
That was the rail gun, or
Oh.
the ion gun.
The DL7H last episode. It's right here. I didn't have it because Randall grabbed it. I don't know if he ever gave it back to me, but I would assume that he did.
We'll say that he gave it back. Also, I took all your stuff off this top thing because when I play with One World to do map creation, that stuff you stack up here on the actual table sometimes explodes, and I had to try to find all of your stuff because this whole bit got knocked out last time.
Oh man.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, anything you put up on this wooden edge sometimes can become a projectile. So I shuffled everything back onto y'all. And I may have mixed some stuff up. I think I got it all back the way it was supposed to go.
Looks pretty close. I don't know what else I could bring with me to make this better, except Randall. So, we're done.
Oh, don't
We're
worry.
ready to go.
Randall's gonna... If you guys don't go save him, he'll find a way to show up. We have plans. Alright. So you guys get in your Lambda, you enter the hyperspace. You guys come into orbit above the planet. Or above the planetoid. Oh, let me back up a map so that I can give you a little bit of what it looks like from the outside. So let's clear that. Here. Build here. So it's an asteroid. There's this huge dome over the top. The asteroid has a significant amount of mass, but most of the city seems to be buried on the inside of it. You guys can see this model.
I see the asteroid with the city in it.
Okay, just making sure we can see it. So it pretty much looks like this. I'll raise it up so you can kind of see the bottom of it a little bit. But this is kind of an improvised homeworld for them. There's a heavy presence. There's a Gladiator class Star Destroyer in orbit. There's a number of smaller ships that are maintaining kind of a constant patrol and a number of defensive platforms as well over it. You guys have codes, so you're able to just hit a button and you don't even get challenged on it. You can fly straight through. You can pick a few different places to land. The question is, do you want to go for the... So there's three main places you can land. There's the main military port. And then there's the main upscale, like downtown kind of area of the city. And then there's a place called Invisisec, which Invisisec is a sector that the name originated on Coruscant. Basically, it's the Imperial section of the city where it's invisible, Invisisec. It's where the non-humans and the downtrodden live, slums. But it is the area where you're least likely to get challenged if you go.
It makes sense that we go there.
Okay. Alright, so what I need to do now So you guys set down. There's supposed to be another one of these starport things here, but I guess it glitched out. You set down in the starport area. As an Imperial ship, you get priority landing clearance, no one challenge. As a matter of fact, pretty much everyone scurries away as the Lambda shuttle lands. And you find yourself in the slums of this town.
Bar.
There's more than certainly going to be one.
Captain.
Yeah, that's a good idea. See what the locals are about.
Huh? All right.
Hold on. So can we can lock this Lambda up and like secure it. I'm going to come out with my armor on because we can walk around as civilians now.
Okay. So, because you landed here in Invisisec, there isn't going to be any guards who are going to notice that non-stormtroopers came out of the shuttle.
I've got my my Imperial magnets on.
Okay. But you're the only one that's disguised as an Imperial right now, then.
Captain didn't say we weren't disguised. I don't know why he's putting on the wrong armor. He specifically said he was wearing his laminate. Now he's changing the story. I don't like this.
He said he brought both. He can choose.
You know, I'm just grumpy.
So, you guys get out and start walking down the street, I guess. Eventually, you do come to a dive bar. Looks like there's probably several on this street. Just go inside and order some drinks.
Yeah, but the main thing I think is to try to get some information from the locals about Jera and the way that they feel about her.
I mean, so right here in this area, very industrial. You can tell that like the pollution here is high. The air quality in this part of the station is pretty low. The buildings are in disrepair. The civilians are mostly non-humans. You don't see any slave collars. That's a plus. But it's definitely the downtrodden. So the opinion of the government in this section is going to be pretty low. As you walk into the bar, the droid raises some eyebrows immediately if he's wearing the Imperial magnets. And you will likely get a "we don't serve their kind" here, but he's not talking about the fact that he's a droid.
Oh, okay. So then I take the magnets off and put them in my pocket, right in front of them.
That's why I changed earlier.
Okay. Let me see if that bullshit answer works. No, it doesn't. So, like 15 people stand up and reach for blasters, and you realize this is probably not the bar you want to be in.
Damn, I guess we're going down the road. This place didn't want any money.
Put my magnets back on and walk back outside.
I just leave them off, man.
Oh, okay. I take the magnets back off. And I pull out my mustache.
Ha! No, glasses. It's gotta be glasses. It's glasses.
No, so those wax lips mustache.
Yes.
You stick it on the front. It's a big grin.
So you guys walk a little bit further down the road. You have a couple of people who are paying you a little bit more attention now, but not necessarily in a bad way. It's almost like they're just trying to figure out what's going on with you. You get to the next bar. You guys realize your faux pas, so you manage to go in there and not raise any attention and start drinking and carousing with the locals. You wanted to give yourself a streetwise check to see what kind of information you can glean.
Sounds good.
And you guys can all make rolls if you want to explain how you're getting your info. It's average difficulty checks.
Oh, streetwise.
It can
Average is 2 purples.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, streetwise is the primary one, but if you want to try to justify something else like computers or something, we can do that too.
I'm gonna run faces through the bounty.
Oh, it's gonna light up like a Christmas tree.
Got robbed. I'm just gonna drink.
Get to advantage. There's a very attractive young woman who's trying to get in your pants.
Mm.
I got 3 advantage.
Sorry, baby. I just lost my fish person.
She's gonna be a mon cow, and she's gonna be like, me too.
Listen. I will get her name and number and pencil her in for a later date, which I will give her the time frame for, and add that to the captain's itinerary. I understand that he does need that release on occasion.
So, you guys all failed your intelligence gathering rolls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So
I was busy being a wingman.
yeah. Okay. Well, y'all rolled advantage, right?
I didn't.
You didn't.
Nope, no advantage here.
Those two did. So those two get laid. And find free room and board for the night because they stay with their lady friends while the droid wanders around going, how can all of these people have bounties on them and why are none of them high enough to be worth it?
What's the highest bounty?
Like 100 credits.
Jeez.
Yeah, so what you're finding is you also, I'm going to give you one bit of info since we're going to spend the whole night doing this. Payne is walking around checking out all the bounties, being like, I have not seen a single stormtrooper. And these people are armed. And there's a bunch of bounties.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real weird.
Yeah. Okay, next morning rolls around. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna ask my new girlfriend what the fuck's going on with Jera. And does she come around here? Like, does she come to the planetoid? Does she know anything?
Okay, so for those exact questions, she's gonna be like, of course she comes here, this is her capital world, but she didn't come here to Invisisec. Ever since the Resistance has been causing trouble, they don't send Stormtrooper patrols in here anymore. Because they tend to disappear.
Oh, so she's losing
She's
territory even really close to her.
Yeah, she's having a pretty significant manpower shortage right now. That's why she had to team up with Screed. Now, ever since that bastard Screed took over the fleet, no civilian ships get in or out anymore. They've completely stopped civilian traffic, which is kind of a pain for those of us that had businesses, doing anything that isn't on planet.
Yeah.
Payne would like to step out of the closet because he didn't have anywhere to go last night, so he's just been hiding in the closet. Be like, that explains so much.
Moncal, the captain was sleeping with, is very freaked out by this.
Captain,
don't worry about it.
I penciled this date in for next week, Thursday at 2:30 to 2:35.
See, that's the thing, though. She had an opening, and I had to fill it.
Should give you 4 minutes and 30 seconds of
I
free
see
time.
what you did there.
Well,
Okay.
This was fun. We're going to do it again sometime. Payne, go ahead and pencil her in for next week.
Okay, this 2:30 to 2:35. That is what she said would work for her, and I figure that's 4.5 extra minutes for you. So,
Well, you were in the closet. You know how long it takes.
you're right. You're right. That's actually more like 4 minutes and 45 seconds longer than you need, but that's not important.
I like to cuddle.
Yeah, that's why you immediately fell asleep.
Yeah, well, I'm tired, and I lost a really good friend. I'm worried about him.
She's like, me too.
Who'd you lose?
His name was Andy Potts.
That's so crazy. I knew a Pandy Potts. What was his name?
Andy Pods. Yeah, he's really good at naming Moncals. Lots of them named Andy. Alright, so you guys have gathered a little info. You realize that, yeah, I mean, she's definitely, like, if she's pulling troops out of her own capital cities sectors, she must be hard up for stormtroopers. Also, no one's challenged the fact that your shuttle landed here or anything.
No one on her side.
No one at all, but like there's the notable thing is that no one on her side has done it.
Okay. Do we come back to the shuttle and there's like graffiti on it that says "Go fuck yourselves, imps"?
All the tires are gone.
What's up on
Technically,
block?
all the tires are gone.
Yeah, actually.
All the tires are gone.
So when you get back to the ship, it is graffitied, and the laser cannons have been like gutted. Like someone's basically come and jacked the weapons off the outside of the ship.
Oh, bitch.
It's still locked.
Now, well, I was going to use this Lambda.
I'll go
like-
ahead and just remove that. I'll add that to the list of lambdas we've lost, destroyed, maimed, or otherwise incapacitated.
I didn't even do it to this one. Like, I hadn't...
Good job, Captain. This is 7 now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Pretty close to
Yeah,
7.
the imps always have another one.
Alright, well, I guess let's do some recon on where she lives.
Okay. So the closest you could get as civilians is you could go to the downtown area and try to lay eyes on the palace.
You guys want to dress up like Jera's crew?
No, that didn't work well. These people don't like Jared's crew.
No, not here. We take off, we go to
Are
where
you
the
talking about a
palace
disguise?
is.
Because I already have a disguise. I pull out
Yeah.
my wax lip mustache and just squish it onto the front of my face.
Yep, you look better.
You don't even
What?
know it's me anymore. I am, in this persona, I am Dr. Hurt.
You're causing me a bunch of it.
MD.
You're hurting my head. Wes,
I have an
you're
entire backstory written for Dr. Hurt.
you're a better spy than I am. What do you think we should do?
Sorry, I got distracted by that beautiful lady. We like if we're just going to go look at her palace. I mean, we just walk around and see what's going on. Apparently, this is just not hers right now. They run their own things. Do they have ships coming in and out? Can we look at the docks here, or are all of the ships grounded? They told us that, but none of them are even trying to get out.
No, the only other ship in the spaceport is this. Can't remember what this ship is called. But there's one other ship. It's been there for a while. Like you can tell, it's not being used. And the only other ship here is the Lambda. These ships over here are for use within the dome, not without.
But this dome is like one of multiple ones.
So they're
Enough to leave.
they're all under one dome, but there are 3 different distinct sections of the city. There's the main palace and military base. There's downtown, and then there's Invisisec. All the factories here are still stamping out goods that Jera's using, even though they don't like Jera, but they gotta eat.
We should find out who the leader of the resistance is around here. He might know a way into the palace, or could give us
Just watch
some
the bar.
information.
In fact, that one bar is probably the one to go to.
I think you might be right, but like the other way that we could do this, maybe even faster, is I go back and get my laminate, and then I start walking around like I'm a fucking stormtrooper until they jump me, and then we have a conversation.
Unless they shoot you to death without really talking to you. That is a thing that, smart people do.
That's true. It is
Yeah.
the next day. You think they'll remember you if we go back into that bar now, not dressed up
Well,
like?
I have a disguise on now, so I would assume they would not remember me. Clearly, I am not Dr. Payne. I am Dr. Hurt.
All right, we're gonna try that. Let's go back to the bar. Disguised.
For just a second, Payne looks at the captain like he can't possibly believe it. Then he just says, "Okay," and off we go.
Okay.
Okay. You guys walk into the bar you went into the first time. Both Waz and Dex would immediately recognize that their dates from the previous night are both here, talking to the same guy in a corner.
Oh, who are they talking to?
So there's an older gentleman there. He's human, white hair, mustache. He definitely looks like he's better kept than most of the people here. And as soon as you walk through the door, he actually beckons you to come over and talk to him.
Okay, I'll go over and talk to him.
I look at the captain when no one points their guns at me. I'm like, see, I told you this disguise was amazing.
I agree. You look like
Giant grin on his face, only because that's the wax lips mustache. It's just a big grin.
no one knows it's you.
He pushed it on too hard. It's kind of like the Joker makeup.
Oh no, I got these. Hi, Cyro Dex. Nice to meet you. I hold my hand out to shake his.
I'm flipping through my notes. Because
You probably already know who I am.
this guy had a name. But I'm not going to be able to find it in time, so we're just going to make one up, and then I'm going to be really confused later on. So he's like, hi, I'm General Zhao. I used to be a Imperial Army officer a long time ago. I came here with a bunch of my people to try to escape the Empire, and look who showed up. And yeah, and you know, I couldn't help but notice that you gentlemen look a lot like some people who have been helping the Resistance make some trouble in this sector for the Empire. I almost feel like we have similar stories.
You could say that we are those people. Yeah, I think you already know that, and I can't believe that these two ladies kiss and tell. Thanks a lot, ladies.
Best intelligence gathering service in the sector.
That's true. Okay.
Captain, does that mean the disguise is or isn't working? I can't tell if he's being sarcastic.
I think you're a good spy there, Dr. Hurt.
I pull a monocle out of my pocket and put it on.
Alright, well, General, was it? You should know that we're trying to make moves on Jera while we're here.
You don't say.
Yeah, just wanted to put you in the loop.
I figured it had to be something like that. I managed to move a good chunk of my people here before the lockdown got too serious, but I don't have enough people to take the palace. And Jera's likely to bolt out as soon as any shooting takes place anyway, although that may work to your favor.
How do you figure?
She's a lot less vulnerable when she's in her palace than she is on her ship. So...
Yeah, you said bolting would help us out.
Yes.
I don't want her on her ship.
You do want her on her ship. She's less vulnerable in her palace, where she has tons of guards, stormtrooper battalions, defenses, or she can be on a ship that has a crew of about 40.
We can handle 40. We did. I do the math real quick. We did like
200 or something?
No.
Oh.
It was 40.
I'm pretty sure it was more than 40.
On the Corvette?
Yeah.
Corvette was 30.
See, that's more than 40.
No.
Yep.
But okay.
It also could just be on that ship. Oh man, do you know anything about the ship's defenses there, Mr. Zhao, General?
Her bolt ship, the Phobos, is a Clone Wars era Republic command ship. It actually was part of the Lord Mintel Defense Force at one point in time, and I know quite a bit about it. I used to serve on it a long time ago.
Well, any back doors to it or old passwords you remember?
I can give you the commands codes I had when I was there, but I highly doubt they're going to work anymore.
Yeah, she seems like the kind of person that would wipe it clean.
So, I mean, there's there's a couple of things that you could do. Depends on what you have in motion. We don't get a ton of intelligence data from the outside world anymore. This Admiral Screed, unlike Jarrah, is incredibly competent, and as the world on lockdown, it's really been a hindrance to my plans. So how has the resistance been going on the outside?
It's been resisting. We don't get too many updates from what they do and move with. We only we provide our what do we call it? Not terrorist, but
Cell.
yeah,
We know some stuff.
we know some stuff, but not too much. I don't know how much we can share.
I pull up my hologram of stuff and I start sharing off the blockade information. I roll back a couple of the interesting things that we've done. I said, did you know that their gas supply got blown up?
So he's going to lean in as soon as you start scrolling all that fleet info. He's going to be like, how did you get that? That looks like a disposition for the whole fleet.
Yeah, we were on one of the ships.
We went on one of their fleets pretending to be I was in disguise, and I pull off my wax mustache and I put the magnets back on. And like, don't shoot.
No one even makes a move. Like yeah, we get it.
I put them back away. So we snuck on, killed everyone on there. Found except for this one guy. Found out that we weren't supposed to be there or kill anyone here. We were screwing up the plan. But then we fixed it by killing all of them and making it look like an accident. And in like so many hours, and I give off the exact time frame down to the millisecond. They're gonna destroy the blockade.
That time has actually already passed.
So it's a negative number I give him.
Okay.
Wait, did they move on it?
They did attempt to, but you guys weren't around for it. So like it was supposed to happen the next day, and you guys spent a day dealing with the other problem. Remember I said it took a day? So it would have happened about the same time you were showing up here, actually.
Okay, because I was trying to coordinate everything. I thought I had called that out.
I mean, that does work in the favor. So, like, the Republic fleet would now show up, and any damage the Resistance has done to the blockade would allow them to have an easier time getting in. It is kind of going as planned. As long as all that happens, you don't know actually what happened at the blockade because you weren't there. But none of this is a monkey wrench. This is all kind of going as it's supposed to.
Yep. Laz is confident in his information and says that meant that we're here. We're hoping to end Jira. You're saying that it's probably better to do it when she's on her ship. I had its location like a day ago now. I don't know if we just want to.
Yeah, the location it's listed at is here.
It's not as detailed. Do you have any more up to date information? You know where she normally parks it.
The palace.
Yeah, that is the correct assumption. It is usually either if it's on the planetoid, it's at the palace, which is if she's on the planet is likely where it is, or it's an immediate orbit. It very rarely, like, she doesn't leave without it. It's her personal vessel.
What information does he have about the palace's like defense or staff?
Well, there's a battalion of stormtroopers.
Okay.
It's very heavily guarded. Like security at a scale that is nowhere else here in the nebula. And it's one of the reasons that he was like, I don't think you want to try to go into the palace because it's going to be incredibly difficult. And now, Waz, being an infiltrator, would probably be like, I don't know. We've snuck into some pretty significant places. But the general's take is going to be like, you really want to get her to bolt. You want to get her in orbit. You want to get her on that ship. And then you want to either board the ship or already be on it. Because that's going to be an easier thing to do.
Get her to bolt.
He's like, I know a couple things you could do that would make that easier.
Yep. I would say call in a fleet of people to directly assault the capital. I think we need to figure out how to get to her ship. We need to confirm that it's either on the planet or in orbit.
I mean,
hopefully it's on the planet.
he's going to be like, calling in a fleet of ships may or may not get you the results you want. I didn't know that was a thing you guys could even do. I was actually talking about something a little bit more subtle than that.
We don't always do subtle so well.
I see.
It's because all the organics on the ship, they're just not very subtle.
Do you see this big fucking bulldozer? And he's saying that he's subtle?
I look around. There's no bulldozer here, Captain.
Yeah, that's you. You are the bulldozer.
No, I am a combat medic droid. You know this. I've
The size of a bulldozer.
So
bigger, actually.
the general's very amused by all of this. And the general's going to be like, all right, so what I was thinking was more along the lines of the Corvette takes on supplies, or the Phobos takes on supplies while it's parked at the palace. You could sabotage some of the supplies. It would cause either a maintenance issue or a personnel issue, and then they would need replacements. And I have enough pull with the maintenance people here that I could probably get you in with the maintenance staff for the Phobos, but we need to set up the accident first.
Do those supplies run through the invisible district, or do I have to get closer to them?
You probably have to go to downtown. There's a supply depot that the imps maintain near the palace. It's a standard supply depot setup. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but it's not that difficult. It's not heavily guarded. Most of the stuff that it's going to be moving onto and off of the Phobos is going to be foodstuffs, luxury goods, stuff like that. So it's not stuff that they spend a lot of time guarding.
We used to know a guy who's pretty good at providing us with mechanical failure options. Do you have anybody here, or can I buy a couple of grenades?
I mean, planting a bomb on the ship would almost certainly create a mechanical failure, but it's also not very subtle. We could do it that way if you really wanted to. We could probably fabricate a bomb out of a couple fuel containers, slip it in.
What if we rerouted the coolant through the life support system?
That's exceedingly difficult to do without command codes.
We could just rig a crate to be some sort of noxious gas trap.
That was more along what I was thinking.
Then we've got we cause a personnel issue by.
Oh, I've got just the thing. I pull out a vial of what I like to call the shit master. This will clear the room.
And that's a gas you can make that into?
Your droid
Yep.
worries me. It was already a gas. That was in the
Yes,
that was in the grenades you guys threw in the prison.
Yeah, you just got to put it in. You load it up, aerosolize it, and toss them. You remember those guys? Like literally, they were pooping out their kidneys, livers, hearts.
Yeah,
One guy
that was
an eyeball.
gross.
I don't even know. Physically speaking, I don't think it's possible to actually poop an eyeball, but that guy did.
So one of the things I specified in that episode was that they would have figured out a remedy for that, but we're not going to say it was fully effective. So it's not going to kill people when they do it this time, but it will make them very sick.
It would cause a personnel issue.
It would absolutely cause a personnel issue. And if you did it right...
Actually, it would cause several issues because, first up, there's no chance they have bathrooms adequate for the amount of usage they're going to need to get. I mean, these are Imperials. We all know they skimp on cheap shit.
Yeah, OSHA's not a thing.
Yep, it's a guarantee they've got like one bathroom for every 100 stormtroopers. On top of that, that means their sewage system is not made to take the amount of supply they're about to put on it. So, yeah, this could cause some major issues.
All right, so we need to build a box that will release this gas at a certain time.
Or just infect their food supply.
Oh, okay. Is like FredX or somebody in charge of shipping the food in? You said it was the Imperial Company, right?
Yeah, we gotta go that way. Has everybody got a bunch of bottles of eye drops?
Give them all pink eye and diarrhea.
So, the general's like, so we generally operate in cell format for obvious reasons, although we have been organizing. I'm going to arrange for you to have a vehicle, and I'm going to give you coordinates to the supply depot so you can go create your diversion. If the Phobos suddenly lifts off because things are exploding, basically if a fleet shows up and things go wrong, I'm going to try to use my people to liberate as many of the civilians as possible, assuming that something bigger is happening. So if you're going to do something and it's not going to be that, please let me know.
Okay, sure.
You give us your comms, we'll keep you looped in.
Yep. He gives you a Dropbox you can leave messages at.
Drop boxes. Again, only just 1 or 2 messages, though. Can't leave a different sentence. Sorry, fuck you.
That's a dead drop. That's different. You can send him an email to this.
Oh, drop box.
Yeah. Dead drop's a different thing.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you guys are gonna go check out downtown where the supply depot is?
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. So who's driving?
I guess me.
Oh. Apparently there's shit in that. Alright. You've never driven a repulsor on an asteroid before. This is kind of fun. It's all super low gravity and shit. You do notice that there's more and more checkpoints as you start moving towards the city.
What kind of vehicle did he give us? A repulsor, but it's like, is it a marked truck?
So it's basically a cargo truck. It's a Ford Transit van. Here, I have a card for it.
Do we have our supplies in the back yet?
Anything that you guys wanted to bring with you, you could have, because you'd have had time to prep a little bit. Obviously, the depot is this section over here. You guys are able to roam the streets pretty thoroughly. You do notice that the road here that leads up to the palace is gated and has all sorts of security. And this is a version of we're going to say it's an icon for the palace, but the palace is actually much larger than that.
And so as we drive around, is the Phobos at the depot?
The Phobos is at the palace. You actually can't see the Phobos. Like, there's walls around the palace that keep you from seeing inside, and they're tall enough that a whole starship could be in there, and you wouldn't be able to see it.
When's the palace?
This is the icon for it, but don't take this as, actual fact. This is just...
Here's what you're saying?
Oh, right here. My hand's over here.
Oh, okay. It's big enough that a starship could be hiding there.
Yeah, it's massive. You can't see inside. Tons of security. Like I said, whole battalion of stormtroopers.
And where's the grain depot?
The supply depot is here.
All right.
Hopefully all these icons are showing up. I loaded them without the cookies earlier, and it looked like it worked.
Yep, all loading right up. So far as I can tell.
All right, so if we park outside of the supply depot, Are there civilian trucks going in and out with supplies?
There are very few going in and out. They are being checked by stormtroopers at the gate, but there are a few.
And they look like ours.
Some of them, yeah. I mean, like I said, Ford Transit van, it's about as ambiguous as you can get.
Get somebody to print out a bill of lading. Here he is. Come on. If we get paperwork that says that we're here supplying foodstuffs, that would allow us to get in.
I still have that old data pad from when I did office work for you. When you had to get the deeds and stuff ready for the ship. They let me keep it. It does everything in triplicate.
It's almost like you guys need to find a legit manifest you can copy.
We could do that by stopping one of these trucks as they leave or enter, like before they get in. Dog, come on.
Do any of the other drivers look familiar, like as in they were at the bar?
No, not so much. Almost all the drivers you're also noticing are human. Matter of fact, the vast majority of the population in this sector are all human.
Does our truck have windows?
Yes. I mean, it's got like a canopy. It looks kind of like these.
Can we follow a truck after it left and see if there's like a place where they go?
Yeah, I mean, you want to follow them to the bar? I see a little mouse hanging around on the bar.
I just want an empty truck and a set of sticky fingers reaching through the window for a manifest.
Okay. So yeah, there's a bar at the edge of town that a lot of the trucks tend to end up at after they made their deliveries, and it's a pretty happening spot. Now, the only downside to your plan is it is also a very, there's a lot of people here. You have to be very stealthy to get into one of these vans, get what you want, and get back out without being seen. Or recorded, because there's cameras at every light post, too.
I can make a distraction. And that's a good idea.
And I got a holographic projector or homographic image so I can look like a regular human.
Okay.
The fact that they are taking that picture is what is. The captain would need the robot's not very helpful as far as distraction wise.
No, I'm gonna create an accident. There's other repulsors sitting out in front of the bar.
You're gonna hurt our ship that we're trying to then pass off as.
No, there's other repulsors, right? In front of the bar?
Yeah, there's trucks.
If I pop the e-brake, will it roll backwards into traffic?
So usually when they park, their repulsor shuts off and they rest on the ground.
Oh, right.
But you could turn one on and then just let go of the controls. It would go wherever the wind takes it.
And then you'd be seen.
How hard is it to turn them on and off?
If you have the key and the code, not hard at all.
You don't have those. Like that wouldn't work, right?
I mean, the only thing I see with the Ghost plan is if you could do all of that, why wouldn't you just do that to the one you wanted and take the thing?
Where's the bar? All right, here's the bar.
Here, let me give you a couple of these repulsor vans over here.
What's holding this sign up?
Metal beams.
Metal beams.
I'm gonna walk into the bar and try to
Make the
spot
sign fall
the
down.
driver.
Two of you were talking at the same time. I couldn't quite make out what you were saying.
I could make the sign fall down, Captain.
I mean, good. It's still all gonna be on camera.
Oh no, I wouldn't be there.
I'm gonna just try to do.
I hold my hand out in front of your face, and 4 tiny mechanical spiders pop out, and they wave at you in unison.
That's really creepy.
Right?
You don't need to do that.
You think they might be giving you a middle finger, but they don't have fingers, so you're not sure.
The intent is there.
You feel like it is, and you don't understand how that's even possible.
Can I go into the bar?
Absolutely. You look close enough to human, you wouldn't even need much of a disguise.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a regular, like, truck stop with a bar.
Okay.
There's some not so attractive women doing dancing, but you know, this place only lets humans in, so they got to take what they can get. No Twi'leks in here. And there's a old crotchety fella who's working the bar, and you know, good old boys everywhere.
Do I spot the driver?
There's several drivers wearing the same uniform. You're not sure exactly which one's which, but you know he's got to be one of them.
They're all sitting at the same table?
They're all congregating around the bar itself. Seems like this is a regular thing. Like after they make their runs to the depot, they all stop here and get a few rounds and maybe, you know, pick up some STDs and then go home.
I want to walk up and be like, I'm going to start complaining about the supply depot, like the imps there, and be like, those hard asses, man, they've seen this fucking same paperwork every day for 6 months, or 6 weeks, or whatever, and then they go and they, like today, they said that my manifest is no good. It was fucking crazy. I mean, just a reaction.
Okay, go ahead and give me a deception check. 2 purple. While he's doing that, what's everybody else doing?
Do I have anything that would cause hallucinogenic, or just make everybody trippy as fuck?
I mean, not on a mass scale, no.
No. If I introduced it into, say, an alcohol bin.
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the spiders go take care of that for me.
Okay, you're gonna need to specify something.
Yep.
Several somethings.
Yep.
Because it isn't like there's just gonna be one vat for this whole thing. It's liquor bottles, because this is a higher end bar. It isn't like the one earlier where they were drinking out of a tank. So you're gonna either need to specify a specific thing, and then hope their stealth check is good enough to do it, or an individual. Meanwhile, Dex is in like Flint. Like he fits right in. Like he's one of the boys already. The bad part about all this is, the only bad part about all this is now he really is like they're in conversation with him to the point where, like, if he leaves suddenly it might seem a little suspicious.
Not if everybody's high as fuck.
I just don't know how you're going to do that. Like, think about a traditional bar with all the bottles on the shelf.
So they don't have anything on tap. Everything is straight
Oh,
up.
they do have things on tap, but like you're gonna have to specify what taps. Like, it's not like in the last bar it worked really well because they only had the one big vat, and it wasn't clearly marked. But like you poisoned the one that went to the ship, or poisoned. Yeah, it was poisoned.
Yeah.
So what I was looking for is, you know, do you want to specify? Oh, I want the Miller Lite. Or what do you want to do?
What is everyone drinking?
It's a bar. They're all drinking different shit. What you could do if you coordinated with the captain was try to have the captain steer them in a direction. It's kind of what I'm looking.
Yeah, I got this. I'm like, I would like to tell the captain to. First off, I will pick Michelob Ultra. No. I'm sorry.
It's already poison. Who'll notice?
I'd like to change it. I would like the champagne of beers. I don't remember what it's called, but it's called the champagne of beers.
Okay.
It's one of the other shitty ultra light beers. And I tell the captain to get everybody around the whole bar.
So I'm gonna buy a round for everybody of Miller High Life. Is that what you said?
That's it. Yes, Miller High Life for everybody. The champagne of beers, and it's going to be the best drink they've ever had. Probably.
Okay. Roll me a leadership check. Pain.
Me?
That's how you control robots.
Fair.
Gonna be it's a 2 purple check.
Forgot this was the next thing I wanted to focus on. Nice. All right, leadership. Not good.
What's Waz doing in all this?
He's probably already got the manifest and is sitting in the truck waiting for you guys.
Right.
You guys all went in the bar, and I tapped my shirt and walked back and forgot which one of these 3 ships was mine, and felt to see if the door was open or not.
A light side point to downgrade.
Sure. How you want to
Can't
spend
think
it?
of anything else I could do to get a boost. So we'll just have to go with it.
Waz, are you trying to serendipitously get in the vehicle, or?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying it first
Yes!
because I walked out of a bar. But if it's locked, then I'd like to pull on it. Like to try to pick it to make it look like I'm just fumbling with the door handle.
Roll the chance dice after calling your color.
Blue.
Okay, so the door is locked. However, you do realize that the 2 vehicles that are closest together, you can very easily like crouch down without being seen by the camera and get to the actual lock. So give me a skullduggery check at 2 purples. Okay. You pick the lock and pop open the door. Payne, your droids triumphed. All of the beer has been tapped with a pretty psychedelic thing. They did roll threat. So I'm going to point out that you didn't remember to tell the captain not to drink it himself. And I'm going to have Ghost roll a chance dice to see if he figures it out in time.
Hey, Mac. Barkeep, a round of Miller High Life for me and my friends.
You do need to refer to it as the champagne of beers.
I'd like that beer champagne. You said you wanted a chance dice?
Yep, just chance dice. Call your color.
Red. Oh, blue.
Okay,
I'm
so
going on a trip.
So, because you got one of them, Payne is going to see through the eyes of his droids that you took a sip and immediately realize his error.
No. This was planned. I know how much the captain enjoys.
Oh my gosh, you're not going to stop it.
I know how this works. The captain loves, and I know how stressed he's been the last little bit. So this is a good plan.
He's going for a trip. I get it. Okay. That's not what I thought you were going to do, but I should have known better because I knew you better than I.
You know how Bilbo Baggins says, "I'm going on an adventure."
Yeah.
That's me.
You are on an adventure.
They triumph too, so it's the good shit.
Oh yeah. Not gonna kill anyone.
So, the bar's starting to get a little rowdy there, Waz, as you click the door open. Now inside the van.
Yeah, I'd like to rummage around and find me a legit manifest.
Please roll a 2 purple perception check. You do not find a manifest. However, 3 advantages. There is a box in the back of the truck that clearly says, deliver to Imperial Ship Phobos. Attention, Captain Randall.
I'm gonna get on the comms and say, Payne, you got that fart box ready?
Yeah, I've got. You just got to add it to whatever liquid or food substance you have in there. The bacteria will self-propagate throughout whatever medium you attach them to.
I'd like to try to secretly open this box.
Okay, skullduggery.
2 purples.
That's too far away from the mic. You couldn't hear me, could you?
No.
Okay, it's 1 red check. Skullduggery. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. You don't succeed, so you don't actually gain access to the box. 2 advantages and a triumph. While you don't have access to the box here in the parking lot, the guy left the keys in the car.
Awesome. Hey, Payne, you still there? You want to round up the captain and come get into our new vehicle?
Yeah. I'm outside too. I didn't go in the bar. I've just been watching. But yeah, I'll text the captain that Waz is ready to go.
The captain's not really in any condition to answer a text.
Oh, that's right. I text Waz back. The captain is not going to be going anywhere. I figured for us to sell this like as a distraction, he'd have to be like part of the distraction. So I didn't tell him what I dosed everybody in the bar with. He's gonna have a very good night. Not a good morning. Great night.
He's got to drive this. Do you want to just drive it? Or, oh man, we got to get him, and we got to get this ship. Oh man, that's super fun. All right, I'm gonna have to go get him, aren't I?
Yeah. He's look. Yeah.
So you're
If
gonna.
you can get him to me, I can wake him back. Wake him up. He's not gonna be asleep. I can sober him ish up.
Yep. I'm gonna take the keys from this one, and I'm gonna go try to find the captain. I'd like to give. Oh man, I would like to. Once I have the captain, I'm gonna put the keys in the same spot as I found them in our ship. And then we're gonna drive away and go fix this container up the right way.
So you walk into the bar. The captain is licking the lamp in the middle of the table.
Mhm.
Randall, my
But-
Von Cal friend,
so is
I
everyone
miss
else.
you.
It's just a tongue fest in there.
Yeah.
Lick my Moncal friend Randall. He said he was Randall, but he's not really a Randall. He's
That's like-
more of a Kevin. Fucking Kevin.
Did someone say Kevin? And a Jawa comes out around the corner.
That place has never been cleaner, and you've never felt dirtier for it.
I shoot the Jawa.
That's good. Kevin Jawa comes around the corner. Captain pulls his blaster, blows Jawa's head off. Everyone goes, "Yay!" One guy in the corner goes, "Oh my god, you killed Kevin!"
I feel better.
Can I send a spider to pick up some of that?
Sure. All right. So Waz is able to escort the captain back out to your new vehicle. Who's driving?
Me. I get behind the driver's seat. I've been a FedEx driver for 6 minutes now, and I've got this under control.
With some Novocaine.
Burp.
So, Waz, it's going to be an opposed check here, unless you're going to let him do this.
No, I'm going to assist. Yeah, I'm going to try to drive.
Okay.
Put him in the passenger seat.
Yeah, you need to do a deception check against his discipline. You're going to take 4 boosts because of his condition. And if you pass, then he's going to sit in the passenger seat with the tablet in his hand thinking it's a steering wheel.
Yes, that's what I was going for. I think I'm driving, though.
Yes.
Let's put the metal to the pedal to the other metal.
To be clear, if you fail this, he really is driving.
Watch out, Kevin.
That's a good time to try.
Substantially closer than it should have been.
I even put my seatbelt on.
So my question is, how do you want to spend that triumph?
I've convinced him to sit in that seat. Can his friend come out with us and I help him get into ours and send him on his way?
Absolutely. That's a great use of a triumph. He even thinks it's his truck. He immediately plows it into a building, but he thinks it's his truck. As you guys drive off. Now, where are you going to go with this truck?
We're going to go find a alley. Actually, we're going to go maybe back to the other city.
Okay.
I don't know how monitored. I want to find a low monitored place so that we have time to open this appropriately and inject it the right way.
I mean, there are a couple of options. Going back to the other section of the city is absolutely a thing you can do to do that. Alternately, you could try to find yourself like a storage unit or something and, put some credits in the till and pull into a place where it's not being recorded all the time. GTA pay and spray style.
Yeah,
Payne could just try to do it as we drive down the road.
Yep. I'm gonna try to find a. Clearly, we just came from a bar. We need a couple of minutes in a Love Hotel.
Whoa.
I assume that by Love Hotel, there's like a storage place just like that. Yes.
I was going to Novocaine the captain, but when I see what Waz is doing, I don't do that. He doesn't want to remember this.
Okay, so yeah, you find yourself some storage units, way off in this little corner back here, and you're able to get yourself down there and park inside one of them. Now the delivery isn't due to be made until tomorrow morning, so
we're just gonna let him sleep it off. He looks pretty comfortable. Head down in the wheel well there.
So since you're gonna,
He's trying to lick the inside of the glove box.
he's succeeding in licking the inside of the glove box.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Let me ask you this, Randall. If you were an alpaca the whole time, how are you gonna scorpion on me like this, man? And I lick the inside of the everything.
So you guys have all night, so it'll be a super easy check. But what are you going to do to this box?
What's in it?
Well, you don't know yet. You haven't opened it yet.
We're definitely going to open it.
Uh-huh. The reason he didn't open it before was he couldn't get it open without making it obvious it had been opened.
Yeah. Do you have any tools over there? I've got a lock picking kit that that didn't help me earlier.
I can do surgery.
You trying to do surgery on it? You're just gonna cut. Is it like vacuum sealed?
Make sure you put it under first.
I'm gonna look and see what's inside the box with my X-ray vision.
Okay. That's going to give you some information. There are several large packages. Some of them are ceramic, look like bottles, and some of them are boxes and are likely to contain organic materials. Organic materials that now will probably cause cancer.
Win-win. All right. So the stuff we created is a bacteria, right? That's what we discussed the last time. It wasn't actually a virus; it was a bacteria.
Yeah, so it was actually designed to break down sewage treatment stuff, and you modified it to make it more virulent. So it's something that already was a sickness that there was a treatment for that like existed, and you modified it so those treatments didn't work anymore and it was more effective. So then the doctors in this sector came up with a even better treatment for it, but it still causes people to shit their pants.
Right. So I'm just going to inject this stuff into the box and just kind of spray it all over everything.
You're not gonna try to surgery it and put it directly in that bottle that you told me was in there?
There's a bunch of bottles in there.
Yeah, I envision one long needle going in one teeny tiny hole and then going into the cap of that.
Try that.
It will make it more difficult to do it that way, but you can do it either way.
But I don't know if you know how bacteria works, but
All they have to do is touch it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you
don't have
just-
to actually ingest it. In fact, once it opens, everybody will be touching things. It'll spread pretty quick. By not ingesting it, actually, they'll catch it slower, but spread it more quickly.
So you listened to me and were like, "Hey, that's a really cool idea." And then put one needle in and just started spraying it everywhere.
Pretty much.
Give me a... I'm going to call it a skullduggery check, but I'm going to give you 2 boosts because it's also kind of medical. Like, you know how to give shots. So using the syringe is a tool you're used to using, but you're not used to using it in this way. Because really what you're trying to do is get into this box without being noticed that you've penetrated.
Right, difficulty?
I thought I already gave you the... Sorry, it's 2 purple.
Am I assisting?
An assist if you want.
Yeah, I'm helping him
So is
keep
that
that
another
bottle
boost
nice and
or-
straight.
What's your check?
It's not a combined check at that point.
Okay, so it's just a boost.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a combined check, but like he's trying to tell you how to do it and you're ignoring him, so just give a boost.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, his idea was bad.
Okay. Alright. So I'll let you choose with your massive number of advantages. You can either fail to apply the bacteria, or you can fail to do so without it being really obvious someone's tampered with the box.
I will fail to apply.
So you can't get your needle through the... Like, there is a soft seal that you thought you could get through, but there's a piece of metal on the other end. You can't get through.
I really thought this through.
Well, I mean, shipments going to vessels are generally put in tamper-proof cases by default. With your 6 advantages, you get it. You figure out how this box works. Like, you understand enough how this box works, you can try to mechanics check this thing open, or, you know, maybe give Randall some boosts on trying to do his thing again. The captain would be happy to help. Not Randall, Waz. Captain would be happy to help, but he's too busy licking the dashboard.
What's the mechanical check to open it?
So if you have tools, Mechanical check to open it is 1 red and 2 purples. Skullduggery wise, it's if you use the mechanics check to open it, you're gonna need a shit ton of advantage to put it all back right.
Right. I mean, worst case, this is a busted plan, and we just don't do anything.
Or you take your chances and you drop it off and hope they don't forget your boosts.
Oh, sorry.
Adam and roll. Although you did still succeed. You could succeed better. At 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
3. You said I got 3 boosts?
You get 3 boosts. You had 6 successes. That's 3 boosts. 3 boosts. Add 1 more. Self and then
Jeez.
okay.
All right. So add 2, 1, or I'm sorry, 2, 2 to my first roll, which was
okay.
So 3 success and advantage.
So you pop this thing off. It's full of Winyan's Reserve, which in this sector is really hard to get a hold of, and cigars from Chandrilla. These are luxury goods to an umpteenth degree.
All right. So I'm gonna dose all of the cigars with something smokable, like the psychedelic I gave the captain, but like concentrated.
Okay.
All right. And just like that. I'll dose all the Winyan's Reserve with a bit of the bacteria.
You gonna take the caps off, or you're just gonna do the outsides?
Are they cork or cap?
Winyan's Reserve would be cork.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna put a needle through the cork and inject it.
Okay.
You don't even have to pop anything.
Okay. All right. So with your one advantage, you're able to put the box back mostly like it was before. If they look really closely, they might notice it's been opened, but a casual inspection's not going to notice.
Right. And I do spray the inside with the virus as well, so it's in the alcohol and it's on all the things. And so people are going to have some trippy cigar smoking.
Well, it's attention to the captain of the vessel, so it's going to be one person's. Okay, so the next question is, how do you guys want to spend the rest of your evening? I feel like the captain's going to be.
I'm studying the captain's antics for medical research.
I'm on a spirit journey. Meet my spirit animal, which is probably an Ewok.
Your spirit animal is me.
My spirit animal is what?
Me.
You?
Yep.
That'd be trippy as shit. Try to go find myself and realize that I'm a robot.
Okay. Waz?
I'm gonna just try to catch a nap. These guys are gonna have fun. I'm gonna take a nice nap.
All right.
I offer you a cup of your menthol tea.
Try not to get licked.
That's
not bad.
yeah.
I'm licking you.
he's licking the mask because you've got your suit on. So like the glass on the front is really clean, kind of.
Yep. And you can tell the number of taste buds he has.
Like you wake up and there's tongue on your face mask.
It's a good thing he didn't wear his diamond tongue ring, because he would have just carved a hole in your helmet.
So the drugs are gonna wear off in the middle of the night. Ghost is gonna sleep it off. You're gonna wake up with a hell of a migraine. And you're not gonna have blacked out. You're gonna remember everything.
That's embarrassing. Why is my tongue so swollen? Oh, I know why. Ew. Oh. I taste Waz.
Oh, that's so gross.
I'm gonna go brush my teeth.
There's a shot of or sorry a glass on the rocks of Winion's Reserve, the pain special. When you come back,
Are you saying that I need to drink this whiskey?
it's just there for you. You don't have to drink anything.
Be careful. We put. I don't know where that one came from, actually. I don't know if you're
I
going to
keep
die
a
if you drink
bottle.
that or not.
I open a small compartment where I have your tea and his liquor safely hermetically sealed.
You're not gonna kill me with this? I'm gonna take a swig of it.
Oh, I'd say make him pour it
Gargle.
again.
You know, this is just the cinnamon and menthol one.
Oh, that's strong. Oh, that's just like mouthwash.
You
Perfect.
know, it burns all the way through.
Yeah, it's a good burn.
Yeah, it'll really sober you up too.
I feel cleaner by drinking that.
I'm marketing it as a hangover cure.
Yeah, you're into marketing now?
I have to find an organic to do it for me. Robots aren't really allowed to market shit.
Look, I don't know how much of last night you remember, but
Oh, I recorded all of it.
you recorded it.
I start playing um, the previous night, and what's more, I have more than one camera angle.
All right. So as I thought, I was pretty upset last night about losing Randall. I've been thinking about this for a little bit, and I feel like it's 100% his fault. He can go fuck himself.
I thought you said he was family.
He is family. Sometimes you gotta cut your family off when they do stupid fucking shit.
I told you we should just give him up for the money, and you were like, no, he's family. We can't do that.
Well, in the end, we did give him up for money.
You got more
We're just
money.
not going to get paid.
More money.
Yeah, it was
Never
all for
take
more
the
money.
first offer. You should learn that if you're going into marketing.
100% true. 100% true. I agree. I was the one that said that was lowballing in the first place.
So when do you think we're going to get paid for that?
When he turns him in.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get paid.
Did he take our contact information, like a routing number for your bank account?
We got information on him.
You gave him your Venmo number?
Zelle, yeah. The Zelle app, because it's, the banks actually like doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you're the captain.
So the sun, in quotation marks, is fully up at this point.
Now, let's see. When are we supposed to deliver this?
Like an hour ago.
Oh, shit. We need to go. Let's go.
Who's driving?
Guess I am, now that I'm sober.
You're like, I don't remember parking us here. Alright. What are we doing? Where are we going?
To the depot. Oops.
To the depot, Batman. Okay, so you get to the front of the depot, there's some gate guards. It'd actually be back here, but that's fine. They look bored as shit. There's two of them. They ask you for your papers. Hand over
Do they say papers, comrade?
papers, please.
Okay. I
don't-
hand over the cargo manifest.
I don't have any peppers. It's completely legit, so of course it passes muster. Yeah, you're in the right vehicle. You got the right box. Everything seems legit, and they let you pass through. As you enter the
Nice.
supply depot, you see that there's a landing space with a Imperial shuttle, and there's a impound lot for starships, and then there's a military arms depot in another corner.
All right. I'm gonna back. Wait, where did this thing say that it was supposed to go? To the captain of the Phobos, right?
Yep. There is a pallet that looks like it's of supplies that are going to the ship. You're assuming that there's only one ship being supported from this depot, but you don't know that.
Is there anybody in charge walking around I can verify?
Yeah,
I'm supposed to know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I back up to the pallet and start to unload.
Okay. Yeah, nobody stops you. Go ahead and unload this crate.
Walk by like an Imperial agent walking by?
There are a number of Imperial dock workers. Not like they're like conscripts. They're not like anyone important. The two stormtroopers that are at the gate are the only stormtroopers within sight. There's a couple pilots loading, helping supervise the loading of the shuttle. And as you're pulling stuff off, they're going through and scanning it and directing it to be loaded. You have several other crates in the back of this van too. You want to unload them all? Or you're just unloading the one you tampered with.
I'm gonna unload them all, and in the meantime of unloading them, I'll verify with one of the dock workers. I'm like, "Hey man, this is my second day. This is to the Phobos, right? Because like, if I deliver something wrong, I'm pretty sure my boss is gonna have my ass. I really need this job."
He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I know how it is, man. It works really hard to come by." Yeah, so like everything that goes on that pallet goes to the Phobos, but the two pilots, they're dicks. So if you can avoid talking to them, what I usually do is I just set stuff down and drive away as quick as possible, because they're such assholes. Also, don't go over to the arms depot. They get super grumpy if you go out that way. They don't like you to take the back entrance out, so go back out the front.
Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. When you say the two pilots, which one are the pilots?
So he points over and towards Lambda's shuttle. There's two Imperial pilots who have been scanning the cargo and directing where everything goes. That's
okay.
You do see several unattended starships next. Big shinies right there.
Yeah, it's very tempting. What company was this for? That we were we're not wearing a uniform or anything. It's just a regular white box truck.
It's just a regular white box truck. I had assumed that you guys were in relatively unobtrusive attire, so I'm guessing what you're wearing is fine.
I'm staying in the back of the truck.
That's that's a good idea.
Any boxes the captain says are going on the Phobos pallet get dosed.
Okay.
Oh, you dosed them all then, huh?
I was about to say that's pretty much all of them because he put them all on there.
If it goes on the Phobos, I dose it.
Okay.
We've got gloves on.
I was about to say, go ahead and give me.
You guys are inoculated. I inoculated you a long time ago to my specific strain.
Yeah, let's.
I've only updated a little bit.
Let's go ahead and do just a one purple medicine check, just in case. It's one.
Sure you don't want it to be a red?
No, it's one purple. It's that way. If you do fail it, like there's no.
Are you sure you don't want it to be 4 reds?
Are you sure? Purple.
Already gotten to poison the captain once today. How do you want to spend your triumph?
I want everyone on that ship to be overcome with not deadly diarrhea, but I want this to be like a cruise ship.
Okay.
I want this to be like.
Are you sure you want it to be that widespread?
I not right away.
Oh man, nope, I can't say it.
Why can't you say it?
I don't want to meta it too badly. But the captain and I are eyeing the 2 pilots that are taking this actually to the Phobos.
Yeah, this would be a nice way to get in.
I kind of want to just go shake their hands.
Hey, we always thought we could be pilots just like you. hit him with the shovel. I don't know why I keep bringing that out.
What would you
Smack.
do as a better triumph?
Hmm?
What would you do as a better triumph?
I only pointed out that your goal was to slip onto the ship as maintenance crew. If the entire ship is incapacitated, that isn't a okay, bring a few more people on board.
No, not incapacitated. Just a shit fest. Like everyone is well enough that they can do their jobs. They can work.
This is just a disadvantage.
But they are also all of them using the restroom like there's a line. Like work is not going like it was. People are super distracted because they got to poop and there's one bathroom for every 100 people.
They're regularly shitting their pants.
Yes, it smells horrible. Like no one wants to notice anything.
Okay. You're going to beat this campaign with poop, just like it says right there. Okay. Alrighty, that's we can do that.
That is also technically a sixth advantage because I get an extra advantage from one of my things. That doesn't really change anything. It's a good roll.
Okay, what do you guys want to do now? You've dropped off your cargo and drive right out if you want to.
While we're here, can I look around to see? Are there maintenance people walking around?
Yeah, the dock workers are the maintenance people. Already spoken to one of them.
Was he in like a coverall situation?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
coveralls on?
they're in like imperial version of coveralls. Yeah, you can tell they're conscripts because they don't have any rank. Another thing you might notice looking around is that it's awful sparse for a supply yard. Jera's hurting supplies and people.
About to get worse.
I mean, it's this way because you guys have been really fucking with her, and the resistance is in full swing. And then there was like a criminal organization that tried to take over. Having issues.
Being a bad guy is hard.
Can you copy that maintenance uniform with your hologram thing?
Yeah, we lean in deep into the cargo floater, and I say, "Hey, I see this a couple different ways. We can either try to become those two pilots over there and just load this giant droid on the cargo floater, or we can walk around and look at a couple things. You just want to gather intelligence, or you want to roll the dice and see if we can take out two pilots?"
So as we roll up, as we roll up to past where the pilots are, can I roll the window down and look at them and be like, "Hey, I heard you guys are dicks."
Yeah.
Yeah? You guys are dicks?
Oh, you asked if you could do it. You can absolutely do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hey, I heard you guys are dicks. That guy over there said you guys are assholes.
Okay. Yeah, that pisses them off. So they're like, "Hey, you get out of the van!" And
I'm gonna get out of the van.
he pulls his little blaster pistol out and starts pointing it at the other thing he thinks is a human, which is Waz, and you two get out of here. They put you up against the van like they're gonna arrest you.
So as they do that, where exactly are we located right now?
You guys are. It looks like you're in front of the Lambda shuttle. You're probably 20 yards away from the front entrance. It has gotten the stormtroopers' attention a little bit. That this is
the other stormtroopers.
so there's two pilots here, and then there's the stormtroopers at the front gate that you guys drove in at. So that's what you have to worry about. And those stormtroopers are like 100 yards away. They don't have a clear view of what's going on.
So when they try to like arrest me, I'm gonna say, "Hold on, wait. I'm gonna pop the back door open, and I want Pain to be all crouched up inside with his arms ready, and he just grabs each of them by the face and pulls them into the car.
Are we supposed to be shipping this? Like, this is a weird request.
But anyway, so yeah, I take them both in and incapacitate them.
Go ahead
Yes.
and roll your melee check or brawl check.
Can I give him a boost?
Oh yeah, you can absolutely give him a boost.
What is the
so
difficulty?
it would normally be 2 purples, but you're gonna do 2 of them at once. So I'm gonna call it 1 red, 1 purple.
Perfect.
I want the uniform. Don't rip or blood.
Yeah, no, this is just a needle finger on the what's the word I'm looking for?
Eyeball.
No, pressure point. You know, like a Vulcan nerve pinch. I just reach out, choop, drag him in unconscious.
Oh, see, I always thought that you were doing like a forceful lobotomy through the front skull area.
There's multiple pressure points everywhere. I could just boop them right on the top, the bridge of the nose, and that would also cause an unconscious. I could do that.
Yeah.
But that's not what I did this time. This time I just reached out, grabbed a shoulder in either arm, and just shunk, pull him in.
Nice.
Whew.
That was a
That's
lot
close.
closer than it should have been, but it did pass.
Close.
So the stormtroopers, they look over and they see the guys, and then they look over and they don't see the guys, and they're like,
I'm gonna get in the van.
probably nothing happened over there.
Well, one of the stormtroopers immediately gets back out.
One of the fleet troopers or pilots. It's about.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
of the
pilot.
pilots immediately gets back out.
You're talking about Waz and his.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab that clipboard. I'm gonna get my my resting bitch face on.
It comes pre-programmed. There's a setting for stormtrooper in the digital holographic disguise kit. And then I'll help the captain get his uniform on so that we can.
Yeah, you don't need to help me. Thank you.
I do it anyway, though.
So I'm gonna put the now half-naked pilot guys.
in one of the boxes or something. While
Yeah.
while Payne's sitting there going, if you lost a little bit of weight, Captain, you'd fit in this uniform better.
You know
Yeah.
what, Payne? You can go suck my ass.
Also, I do dose both of these guys with the diarrhea juice.
How did you put them in a box?
Oh
I
no!
put them in a box. Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna have a whole hell of a time.
They're butt naked and they're in the position where it's one space is in the other's ass and the other's ass is in the other's face. And
All right,
I does
can-
both. I've
can I get to the cab from the back?
Yep, you're gonna get a mercy kill these guys.
I'm not gonna let him.
Can I get into the cab of the car from the back?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
All right, I'm gonna back this truck up so that it's off the beaten path. Maybe they won't check it for a while. Perfect parking job.
Drive me off a cliff.
Perfect parking job.
Okay.
And then I'll get it on the Lambda. Oh wait, we need keys. I'm gonna search the pilots.
Captain, why don't you just let me put the two guards in the front seat and I'll drive it off and dispose of it.
You're gonna drive it off? That's fine. I thought you wanted to come with us.
I do, but I feel like just leaving it here would not be the way. You could just come pick me up somewhere.
Good point. Okay,
It's a ship,
smart.
and what ships do is they fly around.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. So we put the bodies in the front seat, and I just have reach an arm, one of my big arms, over them, and drive it.
Okay. So you guys are you're going to drive this back to the Invisisec area, and they're going to meet you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. We don't need to roll for that. All that is perfectly normal stuff that would happen.
Yep. The two unconscious, soon to be put in a box stormtroopers wave at people. I try to keep their heads from rolling too much. They don't say a lot.
They're pilots, though.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this. Is the Phobos now going to be coming to the supply depot to pick up its supplies? Like, that's how that works?
So the shuttle would normally fly to the platform that the Phobos is on and drop off the supplies there.
That's the next step then. Okay.
But we're going to hand wave a lot of that depending on what you want to do because I don't have an actual map for it.
I just wanted to make sure the supplies get to the Phobos. So if the next step is me piloting the Lambda to get that shit over there, I want to be able to do that.
Yep, there's a
Yeah, so it's essentially,
Go ahead.
essentially, while I'm taking care of these two guys, you guys are loading up all the things on the Lambda shuttle, and then you'll come get me, and we'll go drop them off.
Perfect.
And then we can hang out on the ship for a little bit, till shit starts to go down.
Down the sides of the butt.
Yeah, because we were keeping the two. I decided I was gonna leave them, but I decided to keep the crate with the two shitty pilots in it because I wanted to capture it on video.
Oh my god. You were Saw now. Would you want to play a game?
Oh, it's gonna be great. Human centipede in a box.
Okay.
I believe that's snake eating its own tail.
Yes.
Oh, it's the Ouroboros.
So we have 2 Lambdas now, one with no lasers, one with lasers.
Yep. I assumed you're just going to abandon the other one.
Probably.
We could just give the general the keys to it.
That's true too. We could just give it to like somebody passing on the street. Here you
Buddy,
go.
what's your favorite number? Mine too. Here's the ship.
Did you say the Greek letter lambda? Yes. Here you go.
Okay. So you guys know that the Lambda shuttle that drops off, it doesn't fit in the Phobos. So it's going to land at the pad. Going to unload these supplies. What are you going to do from there? Because, like, you guys said, oh, we're going to hang out in the ship. You mean in the Lambda? What do you mean by that? Because you're not going to be in the Phobos unless you want to walk over to the Phobos, in which case you have to have a reason.
Oh, I thought we had to load this shit up into the Phobos. That's not the case.
So you would dock where you would land on the landing pad where the Phobos is, and they would have a landing crew just like the other place where they'd unload it, and then they'd load the supplies onto the ship. The supplies will absolutely move over, but you guys, as the pilots, have no reason to be on the ship.
Can we shoot the shit with the landing crew?
Sure, absolutely.
You don't want to try to package ourselves and just be inside. No. We have our inside job. They're going to poop themselves. We're going to then get called in as replacements because we made that buddy, the general.
Yeah. Sticking to the plan. I just want to shoot the shit with the landing crew and be like, hey, maybe wash your hands a little bit more. Like, if I like them. If I don't like them, I'd be like, hey, you got a booger right there, and have him pick his own nose right there in front of me.
Try to get like actual information, like, oh man, are you guys on Skeleton Cruise too? Like, we used to have a crew of 12 to run this. Now it's just me and him.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, man, when we first started, it was like just straight maybe 48 hours a week. It was nice, a little bit of overtime. They've got us pushing 63 hours last week, no overtime. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's fucking crazy.
It's nice not having that micromanager, though. I mean, make sure that you have to rotate the cargo so that the boxes all face north. Get out of here with that bullshit.
Is one of the crates that they just moved the 2 pilots in the crate?
I thought that.
Did we call that we took it out?
I thought Payne was going all psycho with them because
I kept them. I didn't let my boxes go.
he's
Okay,
got pets
just
now
making sure.
because it wasn't creepy enough before.
So they're in the van.
Yes,
You're in the van.
He's driven back to Invisisec, and he's like, he's He's got this van, and he's telling all the people who hate Imperials, guess what I got in the box?
Yeah, and I offer a show. Like there's a sliding glass door on it that I pop up, and they can watch the two guys
See?
who at this point are starting to look uncomfortable. Not a lot of room for them to work. I use plastic cast to kind of hold them in place.
See? Wasn't awkward enough.
Yeah. Okay.
They're paying for 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
thing closes back up.
So I just want to double check here. If these guys get sick, the landing crew, is that the maintenance crew that we'd be sent in to replace? Or we're trying to replace people
You're trying to replace
actually
people
on the Phobos?
on the ship, but you guys have made it really difficult for me to do this because when I said, hey, if you infect the whole ship, that's not going to get you what you want, they said, oh, well, they're still going to be able to work, which also doesn't get you what you want. Like, what you really wanted to do was to target a small number of them and make them so sick they had to leave. But you didn't really do that because it wasn't as
But we're on the
funny.
ship.
But you're not.
Yeah.
You're
I
not.
thought we're delivering all the stuff to the ship.
You're delivering it to the ship, but you're not on the ship. The ship is small. You can't land a Lambda in the ship. It's a smaller ship than that. It's not a real big ship. So you've delivered the supplies to the ship, but that just means you land on the landing pad and unload and then leave. So you are going to try to still do that plan, and it might work. It wouldn't hurt if you found a way to make a maintenance issue happen where they needed more maintenance workers. You got 45 minutes. You might be able to do that.
I think we've done that too, because they're going to need sewage maintenance.
Valid point. You guys can be plumbers. You can be
lot of
Mario and Luigi.
Mario. He's Luigi Mario. We're the Mario brothers.
I'm King Koopa.
Oh my god. Bowser.
Oh, Bowser.
Your princess is in another tower. Okay.
So you're right, it would make a plumbing issue. I was thinking though, like while I'm here shooting the shit, what kind of ship is the Phobos? Like, can I get some information while I'm looking at the boat?
Yeah, we've talked about it several times. It's a Charger class refit of a Challenger class, a Council class light cruiser. Looks kind of like this. During the days of the Old Republic, they were used as like diplomatic vessels. During the Clone Wars, they were refitted into blockade runners. So this little pod underneath this front part, it's really hard to point. This little pod underneath this front part actually separates. And in the days of it being a diplomatic vessel, that little pod was used for like emergency escapes for like diplomats. But in the days of the Clone Wars, it was like a mobile command center. It still was used as an escape pod, mind you, a giant escape pod. But instead of being like a cushy diplomatic area, it's got a command center thing in it. You know, the ship's been massively refit to serve as Jarrah's personal yacht, for lack of a better term. So you don't know the exact floor plan layout.
Can we be in awe of that ship as talking to? Because they're going to like actively, or are they just unloading our ship? They're not going to start loading it immediately.
I don't think you guys are taking into account how small these crews are. If you start doing too much of this out of place, they're going to start to wonder where you came from.
Okay, we're just chatting, having a good time. I don't want to touch that ship. We have faith in our poo plan.
How long have these guys been working here? The ground crew guys.
I mean, long enough that your presence is already somewhat suspicious. Like it's a skeleton crew, like you said. They've been working here for quite some time. It's not unheard of for new pilots to show up. It's just that it doesn't happen very often. I mean, when you guys think you go to work, new people show up at work all the time, right? But it's Jera's organization is not a massive organization like you would think of for the Empire normally. She's a warlord, and she's short-handed on skeleton crews, so everybody kind of knows everybody.
Yeah, and
We hope they're-
I get why that's weird. And like we're new, that's why we're asking all these questions. So, I just wanted to know how you guys were treated, because like I said, we are new, and we just want to know, like in the long run, if we're going to be taken care of correctly.
Yeah, I heard they got conscripted and are out like actively battling people. Did you hear guys that too?
Yeah, they're gonna share war stories with you a little bit. So they are going to have concerns about being sent to the front lines. All of these guys who are doing the maintenance stuff are conscripts, so they're all didn't have a choice when they were asked in quotation marks to join. They're going to get that, and their assumption is going to be that since you guys are pilots, that you were not conscripted. You don't get rank as a conscript, so they're going to treat you a little differently.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. We do get paid. If like my cousin's really good at being a mechanic, can I get him a job here? How does that work?
I mean, they're going to talk to you about like you guys tell me what kind of information. Like, what do you want right now as the player?
I guess I wanted to know if there's a way to join the mechanic crew legitimately, if we could do that.
Well, the general's already told you that he has fake IDs and shit for you. Like, you are already set to do that. That was the plan.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a backup plan to the backup plan, because I don't know if the poo plan's going to work. Character-wise, I think he would just be curious and ask the question.
Yeah, he could, like I said, he can totally shoot the shit up to a certain point. It's when you start saying, "Hey, I want to go on the ship," that creates the suspicion of, okay, that's way outside of your job parameters.
Right.
That's because earlier when you guys were talking about that, I was like, you've hit a barrier here for what you can do with this cover identity.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll just take back off the Lambda and go back to meet up with Payne.
Okay.
And God, I'm not looking in the box.
All right, tell them to wash their hands.
As you pull up, I push a button and it comes up. They're awake. They're getting ill.
Oh,
They've
God.
already started to
No. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to know.
Also, I put the box on a spinny wheel so that I can take turns with whoever's facing up and facing down, because I felt like it wasn't fair for the guy who was just constantly facing down. It would just gravity would cause him to get a little more than he necessarily.
The next time I don't let you do something you really want to do, and you're like, "That's totally unfair," I want you to remember this moment.
Yeah, you need to stop. This is. I don't know if Payne would do this as like a
Money have I made?
A what?
How much money have I made?
None.
I was charging people.
I don't know if anybody would want to see this.
I disagree. I put an imperial stamp on them. All right, I close the box. I'm ready.
Gross.
I just leave the box.
For some child to come across.
Big red button on it.
Mommy, what is this?
Can I have a quarter?
It's a bubblegum machine, Mom. I've seen this before.
Oh.
My kid would absolutely. Yeah, my kid would. Oh, God, no. No.
This was just my first trial run.
Oh, boy. So, I guess now that we're the Lambda pilots, we're going to pretend to be Lambda pilots until we get news.
Just keep taking infected boxes up.
I don't know if we have to take infected boxes up. but we need to stick to the cover
I'm just
until
saying,
things
as long as we're
change.
taking shipments up there, might as well just infect it.
I think you could like put better things in the boxes. We
Oh,
could have
sure.
done like microdroid listeners or like, you know, tracking things, an EMP. Like we could have put something in there that would like take a ship out.
I'm a doctor. You asked for, you got a doctor solution. If you wanted a spy solution, wouldn't you ask the spy?
I mean, I was asking the spy most of the night, like, hey, what do you want to do? Usually we've got an explosives guy that would be like, well, let's just blow up the boat.
I
And
punch things and I make them poop themselves.
yes, you
Just
do that
built-
very well.
I do both of them really well.
I fly ships and talk. Okay, not good. Okay. What's this map?
I don't know if this map still works. That's oh, but it's a lot smaller than I thought. Okay.
I mean, we could drug some of the other ones, so instead of they pooping themselves, they're all just high as fuck.
So
And they lick everything,
that's what the ship looks like.
and they lick everything.
I don't actually have a full map for it. Because you guys have hit the extent of what I had planned for this particular path tonight. So
It's 11:30. I mean, we don't have to.
yeah,
we can.
I don't really have much more for you other than the next session. You know, you will be able to get on the ship and probably wrap this whole arc up.
All right. Oh man, without Randall.
That may or may not be the case. If he shows up, I have a way for him to appear. It will.
All I know is I'm hoping he's not the Captain Randall that we just shipped all the shit booze and psychedelic cigars to, because
Yeah, he's
might actually just die.
secretly been Jira's right hand man the whole time.
Yep. He's gonna take 2 puffs of that and a swig of that, and next thing you know, he's just gonna be shitting rainbows.
And floating. All right, good game.
Yep.